Hello and welcome to our next session of Out of the Abyss. Woo! There we go. Now Caleb's actually on the camera.
Anson's back.
Cheers with me. Anson's back. He's white now. He got waterboarded in some bleach, but he's here. No, this is Mitch. He will be joining us tonight at the very least. Possibly in the future. We'll see. Maybe he dies. Who knows?
Let's all hide in our rooms the whole session, not leave.
Actually, we're just gonna wait here for 4 hours in real time, and then we'll proceed. But yeah, so the last time we played, you guys were sort of you went on a bit of a shopping spree at the Stoneguard Armory. You spent a lot of time talking about next steps for your group. What the next thing you're going to try and do is. You also had a few pretty intense discussions about Bryn's drinking problem.
It's just a casual conversation.
Yeah,
drinking hobby.
Nothing.
Just addressing the real issues here, guys.
Right, exactly. I mean, demons, whatever, but you need to sober up. But yeah, those discussions led to Bryn almost leaving the party altogether and the city, along with both Stool and Rumpadump.
As an excellent 17-year-old performer.
Right. But Nero and Wickham were able to convince him to stay. During this tumultuous emotional time for the group, they also decided to reach out to the Keepers of the Flame, their contact in the Stone Guard, to see if their services would be useful to the Keepers in their search for the missing red dragon egg. I just can't say. You reached out to them. They sent a Duergar man named Gartakar Zundorn to see you. Gartakar took your proposal back to the other leaders of his order. And the next morning, after your long, awkward silence, after Bryn agreed to stay, they returned to escort you to see Thembershard.
Oh, thank you.
You might have heard us.
So that's where we will pick up for today, as you guys are walking to Thembershard's lair.
We were just outside and there was a rumbling in the cave.
That's me. Sorry.
It's me.
If he's Thembershard, we really need to recruit him.
So
is it Thembershard?
what's your degree in?
Shad, like Chaud. Thembershard.
Thembershard.
Thembershard. That's my Thembershard. Oh my god.
Incinerated by the
And dead.
Yeah.
So before you reach all the way to the south side of Gracklestug, though, Gartakar stops you once more and turns to you all and says, also, I must insist that you do not make any mention of this egg to Thembershard during your audience with him.
Wait.
Is this what language?
In Dwarvish.
You want us to lie? I'm not really comfortable lying to a big old red dragon.
Feel free to just omit it.
Sounds like lying with more steps, but okay.
Seems reasonable.
What's going on?
Try not to talk about the egg.
Why?
He's kind of bitter about it.
Why can't we talk about the egg?
Why are we here if we're not talking about the egg?
Exactly.
That is none of your concern.
Well, I think it's about to
I
be.
mean, we're coming to find the egg, and we want to go see Thembershard. Seems like it's up in our alley, but
As we get in, I'm making a note of every exit in case
You guys talk about the egg.
Egg.
So
The mouth of the cave.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know.
every exit check 1.
Got it. All right, cool.
Corbin like pulls out a sheet of paper, exits at the top in the mouth of cave.
That's it.
That's all. That's
Roll
all
it
of them.
up.
I'm
Okay.
getting some cartography kits after this meetup. I'm telling you.
I don't know that makes more tunnels.
Yeah.
If I draw them well enough.
Hey.
So wait, what? Why did
Thimbershah need not be troubled with such trifling matters.
Why did Thembershad invite us here if he doesn't know about the egg? Like if it's not about the egg?
I don't understand.
Have you told him that you lost the egg? Or that it was taken from you?
He eyes you for a bit.
How good's Thembershad's hearing?
I rewind a little bit to your walk through the town. You're not like just right outside the cave, just having this conversation.
Hey,
Because you're right. Because dragons do have remarkable perceptive abilities, and talking about this right outside his lair is a terrible idea.
They lost your
Wait, so we're not both talking and lost the egg? Got it! Wink, wink. Did you say... Yeah, I did say it out
Did
loud.
you just shout wink wink?
Yes!
Did he tell me or not? Or did he just kind of look at me?
He just looks at you and ignores you for the moment.
Classic York.
And he's racist against his own town.
You guys can see me, right? Or am I...
What did you ask? We like got...
Yeah, sorry, you've got a lot of...
I asked him if he had told Thembershad whether or not they do not have the egg at the moment.
Okay. That's right.
We do not trouble Thembershad with
His
such
egg.
trifling concerns.
Traveler concerns like his egg.
What?
His egg?
Is it not his egg? Is it not? Is he not the father?
We read in a book
I may
he
have...
laid it himself.
I may have told them that it was his egg.
The egg is of no concern to the Wyrmsmith.
Oh, well, good.
And the
So
word-
he won't
that's
mind
cool.
us talking about it. This is good.
You don't speak Dwarvish, so I'm not going to respond to that.
He speaks common.
But he's not speaking common right now.
That's true, that's true,
Kevin
that's
said
true,
he was
that's
speaking Dwarvish. That's
We
why I
could-
keep
Actually,
saying
no,
that.
that's fair. I forgot that
It's true.
you guys switched to common in the middle of your
Yeah.
the last time you all were talking together.
Well, and also, I guess I kind of assume in a longer conversation that's back and forth like this, like you'll be
There will be-
translating,
yeah.
and I don't want to actually have Stefan verbally repeat everything that you say.
It's super not confusing at all.
Yeah, that's fair.
Why are we talking to this dragon again?
I don't know. I thought it was about the egg, but now I really don't understand.
Nero said he wanted to talk to him.
Well, I thought he wanted to talk about his egg.
It's not his egg, Nero. As we
Yeah.
all knew going into this.
So,
Yeah, well, clearly.
so it's not his egg.
No.
And why does he
Can I
care?
insight check that?
Sure.
Oh, yikes. It's definitely not his egg. That's a 6.
What a shame.
Seems like he
Yeah.
is telling you the truth and believes what he's saying.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Well, is there... should...
As far as I'm aware, Thembershad might simply be curious about you.
Oh, good.
He is no doubt aware of our interest in your group and
oh man.
perhaps might simply wish to meet you.
So,
Last time someone took interest in us, we were forced to work for the Stone God. And the time before that, we were made to be sacrifices. And the time before that, we were all captured as slaves.
alright, well, this is all semantics, but it's
We're
interesting
still
to me that
here and free.
it's interesting to me that
I've
Thembershad
only died
wants to
once.
speak to us only now that we've offered our services to find the egg. The timing is a bit questionable.
You know what they say. Yodo.
Yeah, I already died once, so I can't die again.
Right.
Perhaps he as well was simply unaware of your existence prior to yesterday.
So, is Stool with us?
No,
we did not.
You left
Okay.
Stool, you left Rumpadump, you left Globagool. You basically, you just have
Straight.
Zantua, Eldith, and Jim Jar because you wanted to be able to make a quick getaway if you needed to.
Okay, that seems like a smart decision.
Oh,
Did you?
I'm gonna message you. Like, do you think we should talk to the dragon about your friend or the thing that you saw?
Try to remember which one. Thing that I saw.
If you guys don't press the issue any further, it'll just continue leading you south
I
through
do
the
want to
city.
ask him.
Okay.
Did you tell Tempershard that we wanted an audience with him?
I did not.
Well, that saves us the trouble of him being like, "Hey guys, why did you want to talk to me?" And us being like, "Well,
Your egg, though.
He glares at you when you say that.
It's completely.
Yes, it's you again.
yeah, yeah." See what?
If the egg is mentioned, you can consider our business together terminated.
Well, we all
won't
collectively
say
saw,
a
not just
word.
me.
And as I say that, I snap my fingers, and just off to the side, as we walk by a shop, I make an illusory egg appear.
Maybe if it comes up, we should ask him. I don't know.
Like if it comes up organically or anything like that.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, have you seen a giant two-headed monkey walking out of the lake?"
I love that like he can just talk about it with just complete levity because he hasn't seen the shit.
Yeah.
He has just no clue.
Right.
We're all like getting PTSD, except for me.
Yeah.
Of course, I feel fine about it.
Yeah, you didn't have presence of mind when Tyr got smacked down.
Well,
right?
and I'm just drunk lately.
No.
True.
I'm just slowly turning into like a more veteran.
Alright. I don't know. I'll hang back.
Are we at an understanding?
Yeah, we're not adding
Aye.
understanding.
If it's not Denvershard's egg, whose is it?
That egg belongs to the keepers.
What about the finders?
Oh my god.
So,
Let's,
tell me about the robes. Who makes those for you guys? There's this shop called Muscular Silks. Makes very nice things, and your robes look very nice. And
He ignores you and starts walking again. At your very incredibly obvious, like... Would that be the correct way? A non sequitur? Is that a thing where you just completely change the subject?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would explain why they smell so bad.
that's. Oh man, I will follow. I've never been here before, right? Like,
I mean, you've probably passed by the, like, you're allowed into this section of the city
okay.
as a Duergar. So I'm sure you've probably ventured over here at some point in time. Right. He's just been disguised the whole time.
Has no one rolled perception on him?
Yeah, so I mean, you like, if someone said go to Thembershad's like cavern, you could find it, no problem.
Okay.
I've certainly never been inside it though.
Right.
It'd be a real short trip.
Inside
if you
the
went in there
cavern,
without being asked to be
inside
there.
the dragon.
Yeah.
We're gonna explore so much today.
On the way there, I do want to sing back a little bit and talk to these two
Okay.
and just say,
Who, me?
yeah, both of you. And say an elfish, I think you will spell, right?
Yeah.
Yomik brought up an interesting point. Do we want to bring up what we saw in the
Do we know who makes the robes? Sorry.
I think so. I don't see any value in not telling him.
Maybe, but we don't really know. Like, I don't know what to expect from Thembershot.
What's I do?
Expect to look at pretty much death incarnate
I mean, I
for
thought,
us currently.
I thought the last dragon we saw was scary.
This one's bigger.
I know.
And if that's the case, I don't think we should look too hard at it. I think things get weird when you look too hard at those things.
You're definitely right. Then,
I mean, what's the advantage of
keep
bringing
that
that
in
in?
mind. Well, wasn't part of the point of us being here raising the awareness.
Bits!
Raising the awareness of the existence of the Demogorgon.
That's fair. Alright.
And the patron of the city knowing it's probably
The best.
for the best.
If he is.
I mean, he has just as much invested in this city as anyone. This is where his hoard is. This is where his lair is.
Not wrong. But if he has if he has a way to gain from this sort of information, he might just take it. So hopefully that gain, whatever it might be, is also is in the interest of the city and the underdog.
Well, destruction of
Around.
his constant source of riches is pretty
I mean, if he
big.
didn't like the city, he wouldn't be here lighting it on fire. Or starting the fire.
For all,
You know,
Excellent points.
for all,
you know.
I mean, for all we know, maybe he'll send the try and get the creature to head over to Menzo Beringzon or something, get rid of them.
That's fine.
Which I mean, yeah, it's not with
Isn't
us. I'm just
Menzo
saying.
Beringzon already destroyed?
I don't think so.
No, apparently
Haven't we heard reports that there was something that like
There was an attack like
it
at the
attacked
very
it,
beginning.
but from what we learned when we talked to the woman that y'all brutally murdered in
Yeah.
cold blood,
I
Yep.
don't know what you're talking about.
she she made it sound
I don't know
like
what you're talking about. Yeah, I remember her.
it
I
sounded
remember
like,
her, she like screamed and we just like, no, pa. And then we were like, no, come back so we could kill you again. Man, you're the most sadistic of all of us.
You're the worst.
anyways.
What?
Anyways, she informed us. We learned from her that the city was damaged, but not completely destroyed.
By the creature.
Correct.
I don't remember this. Have I been drinking? I don't think so. Okay.
There were reports of some attack, disaster, something taking place at Menzo Beringzon. You didn't really get a ton of specifics.
Alright, well, regardless, we're settled on the matter, so let's go meet a dragon, I suppose.
Early adventurer gets the worm.
All right. So you guys continue heading southward, and
No, this will go fine.
you pass Yormik. You pass. You know what you know to be the hold of the Deep King, not too far from Thembershad's cavern. It's like a enormous castle-like structure, guards all around it. It's like pretty close to like Overlake Hold in terms of like how
Splash zone.
immense of a fortress it is.
Is anyone looking at us?
I mean, like, yes, but you're an odd group of people to be traveling through this part of the city in particular.
I will end.
Yeah, there's 7 of us.
Yeah, sure. But yes, as you finally approach the mouth of the cavern, you hear a rumbling and feel it around you. Gortalker, you didn't say I was having surfacers for dinner today. And you hear just a chuckle, a deep, draconic chuckle at his own humor.
Dragon jokes.
As you guys round the corner into this cavern, you were immediately struck by immense piles of platinum, gold, silver, copper, just like mounded all throughout this huge cavern that extends hundreds of feet back.
I look at Yormik and Bryn and I'm like, No.
Even I'm not dumb enough to do that.
I look at Jim Jar and if you think you can.
I look at Nero.
You
Just kidding.
then see an enormous reptilian behemoth come into your view. Its scales the color of lava, its bright yellow eyes glowing in the cave before coming into the light.
It's a dragon.
It is a dragon.
So good at this game.
Roll for
And actually, this dragon is more than just large, and he's actually almost looks gorged to the point that you get the distinct impression that he might actually be a little overweight.
Is he pregnant?
That dragon.
As you head a little further into this cavern, Gartucker stops and just holds out a hand to stop your halt, or to halt your progress. It says, "Foreigners, meet the Father of Flame, the Ever-Burning, and the Foundry's Heart, Thembershod, the Wyrmsmith of Gracklestug."
I bow.
I walk forward and I just prostrate myself on the ground. Oh, great work!
I can't.
Thank you for seeing us and gracing us in your presence.
Thembershod chuckles again. "Leave us, Gartucker. I wish to speak with the surfacers in private. Trust that any of your invisible lurkers will be turned to ash." And at this, Gartucker does a slight bow, and he and the other keepers that were escorting you leave the
Give
cavern.
him a wink.
I'm gonna
I give
come
him a
up to a
smirk.
knee and give everyone else in my party that did not prostrate themselves dirty looks.
I bowed.
If you guys don't say anything while the keepers are still leaving, then once the keepers are firmly out of sight now, out of the cavern, Thembershod speaks once again. "My keepers tell me that it's you that made all that racket in the sewers, as well as somewhat of a reputation with the Stone Guard. So, travelers, tell me your names. Where are you from?"
I'm Nero Amaris from Neverwinter on the surface. And these are my companions.
Sir, the name's Wickham Siltors. I'm from a little town called Yartar. I doubt you heard of it. Just your sort of humble boatsmith.
I'm gonna pull forward my lute and just give a few short strums as I introduce myself. Great Thembershod, I'm Bryn Stormwind from Neverwinter on the surface.
My name is Zatuo.
Legit can't tell if you're being Yormik being Zatuo or if you're being Jordan being Zatuo. And that's amazing.
It is. Run with it.
And
Zatuo was Anson.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I am Yormik.
So were you...
I was being Zatuo. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Zatuo reveals his name to be Zatuo.
I wish Jormik would have said he was Zatuo.
elbow Eldith and Jim Jar or something.
I am Eldith Feldrin of Gontelgrim. Jim Jar of Blingdenstone, at your service. Does a really sarcastic bow.
Jim Jar still fly.
That legit Ploffly
Pretty
though.
fly for an Underdark guy.
Interesting. So, what brings you to Gracklestug?
How much time you got?
Boat? See, you mean the boat?
I don't think he
We took a boat.
I don't think he knows anything.
Is one of you guys gonna tell him? I've been here.
Yes.
Like, I was born here.
I just live here. I live
Well,
here.
How long of a story would you like?
I have plenty of time.
I see.
Before we go into anything, so all of those stuffy guys are, says the stuffiest guy I've ever heard. So all of those stuffy guys are gone now, correct? There's none of them lurking invisibly.
Yes, we are alone.
Bryn,
You don't let him tell the story?
you know?
I guess he is.
Come on, if one of us
I guess
gets
he
to
is
tell
the
a story,
storyteller.
It's gonna be Zatuo.
we came down, fought, and are here now.
Would you like some black dragon meat?
Your version is just full of inaccuracies.
Right. We started on the surface.
Yorvik's like, well, I started on the surface and
Right.
came down. Used to be a priest.
Alright.
Well, Thundershot. We were all taken prisoner by the Drow, forced into labor, mucking out chamber pots, scraping cages of some species, and we escaped, went on the run, met a gelatinous cube. He's our best friend now. All of our best
Or stool.
Oh, that's true. I'm sorry, buddy. And made our way to Thupladop. We were shortly taken to be sacrifices in Thupladop, and but tragedy escaped. Tragedy struck the city, and then we narrowly escaped that. The city is now in ruin. But we escaped and came here to just resupply, and during our stay we've been able to help out the great city of Gracklestug.
We also have come to bring warning of the fate that befell Sluperdop.
We'll get to that. Let's hear what Thembershad has to say first.
Alright.
And what of before? Are you not all from the surface? Except you, of course.
I mean,
I guess.
lately, yes.
Well, like I said, I was a sort of carpenter. I built barges in Yarta and got captured on a caravan heading back to town. So it's just a simple man. The rest of me probably have more interesting stories, though.
Insert Zatuo backstory.
I myself am paladin of the goddess Selune, and I ended up here during a lichen hunt and woke up before I knew it in chains.
And I've only recently set out as being a bard.
An interesting group indeed. So it seems you have also caught the eye of my keepers. For several years, I have been aware that my handlers are withholding things from me. But rather than demanding disclosure, I have waited and observed. I desire agents of my own, and your previous exploits, combined with the Keeper's interest in you, makes this a very unique opportunity. My offer to you is simple. Become my agents in Gracklestug and gain my protection. Your first mission is to do whatever the Keepers ask you to do, but simply to report to me before reporting to them.
Will you tell them to let us in? I'm not sure if they'll catch on quickly or not, but I assume we'll have your blessing above their own interest to shield you from any information.
They will do as I tell them.
Of course.
If they find out we're reporting to you, what are the odds they'll come trying to kill us? Or is that part of your protection?
If it should come to that, that would indeed fall under the purview of my protection.
Very well. Is there anything in particular that you feel they're withholding information from you on that we should be on the lookout for? Things they've deliberately been avoiding the subject of or keeping you in the dark?
If I knew that, my elven friend, I quite simply would not need you.
It's got a point.
It's true.
I would like to mention that we ain't planning on sticking around in Gracklestug forever. We got a few friends we promised to take home, among a few other things.
That is of no concern to me. Are you not currently in their employ in some form or fashion?
Yeah, for now. I just wanted to, if you're thinking about making us your sort of main confidants here in Gracklestug, that we weren't going to be around forever. That's all.
You will be free to leave at the conclusion of your business with the Keepers.
Well, what do you guys think?
I mean, what other choice do we really have?
Just nod at you. Try not to eye contact with the huge dragon in the room.
Now, Thumbershaw, I understand that your protection would be a great and mighty asset while we are here in Gracklestug. But, as we've said, we plan on leaving. We have people to get home. We have families to get back to. We have a sun to go sit under. Do you have... would you be able to offer us aids in our journey? I see you have... I see you have a great hoard here. And I'm wondering if in it there might lie some items of power that could assist us.
Roll a perception check.
Perception. That's not the piece skill that I'm good at.
Roll a poop check.
12.
12.
Is your advantage because you've been drinking a lot of alcohol?
So, in
Investigation.
this hoard is, from what you can see, it looks to consist like almost entirely of coinage. You do see like various gems and jewels and jewelry also sort of scattered about in
But not
there.
really.
It doesn't look like there's a ton of stuff, I guess. At least not that you can see from here. If in your service to me, you are able to provide worthwhile information, I am sure I could find some sort of reward for you.
So, you're 100% sure that none of them can hear us and none of them can see us right now?
You do not know much of dragons, do you?
Not really. We knew a black one once.
I
Scum.
didn't like him too much.
Yeah, we didn't like him either.
Like him either, that implies you don't like him.
That was a black dragon.
No, we specifically don't
Yeah,
like
he
black.
said scum, and I said, yeah, we didn't like him either. They don't have any sort of way to listen in, magical or otherwise.
Not in my lair.
All right. So, we were.
Do we have an agreement?
Oh, we're absolutely going to have an agreement if I'm about to tell you something here.
Agreement? Okay. Agreement. Okay.
Do you have a grievance? No, I'm just kidding.
Do you have a problem with it, Bryn?
Nope.
All right. So we were specifically told not to tell you this by Gartalker. That said,
His expression perks up a little bit when that's your lead.
I just like look over my shoulder, just like.
that said, so this would be an angle for us to be mutually benefiting here. If they find out that we told you this information, they're not going to give us our reward for completing the task and also fire us. So,
But not literally.
thank you.
Maybe literally.
So being your
Probably
agents may be
literally.
complicated if I tell you this and they found out
Maybe
that we told
literally.
you. So I could tell you now, or I could tell you after we finish what they have set up for us.
Tell me what you know.
Oh, really? Given the choice of information now and information later, he chooses now?
Weird.
It's high on the Anson Value Index.
And when we get out, they when we get
the answered value of that.
when we get up, they cast freaking like friends or
Zone of
Zone of
Truth.
Truth.
Zone
and
of
we're
Truth.
just screwed.
It's fine. We can keep our mouths shut.
So
All of us.
Especially you, right?
Some people will stop.
So you, to our understanding, you have an egg. Or so we're told.
He raises an eyebrow to that.
Do you not have an egg?
Is it not yours?
I do not know of any egg.
Well, that's good.
Certainly not one of mine.
That's good. They don't have one.
There we go.
They don't have one. They lost it.
They don't have one. You can cast Zone of Truth on me, and I will say the exact same thing.
That's true.
What did you say? What did you say?
I said they don't have one.
Fair enough.
And you all take.
The Colin bullshit roll just came out.
Is this egg what your business with them involves?
That is correct. They lost it. And now they want it back. And they specifically do not want you to know about it.
I've definitely heard them call it Thumbershot's egg before at some point in this city, right?
Define at some point in the city.
The Grey
It's
Ghost.
not like super common knowledge
That even exists at all?
that there was an egg, that it was lost.
Oh, okay, never mind.
The
I
only
thought
reason you had sort of any amount of awareness into that,
is because of
your pseudo involvement with the Grey Ghosts.
gotcha. But I
When
thought
we spoke
Never mind.
with Dead, with Yormic's father figure, didn't he mention that they had Thumbershot's egg, and he referred to it as such?
He may have.
that's okay. That's fine. It's all good though. That's what I wanted to. Yeah, never mind. Continue negotiating with the dragon.
I think I'm doing a terrible job, but they wanted to keep this information from you and this egg. Recently, they claim that it's not yours. It's one that they keep, but we're not sure how forthright or honest they were being in that case. All we know is they specifically said that our business with them would be over if we told you about the existence and their blunder losing this egg.
You're certain that it is a dragon egg?
I can't say I've ever seen a dragon egg before.
Oh, and we haven't seen the egg.
They certainly seem to think so.
What?
I was gonna say something. I was like, Nero wouldn't whisper. Should we ask if he has a girlfriend?
Is it possible that you like knocked up a lady dragon?
I was like, I don't think Nero would say that. I take it back. Is it possible that it's yours?
Phrased a different way. I like it.
Yeah.
I think that I would know if it were mine.
Why did I determine that was a lie?
Do you have any reason why they might have it? Or want it? I can't imagine a reason why they would want 2 red dragons.
Neither can I.
We could start a new group called the Holders of the Torch. If you no longer want to be associated with them.
You're right.
Oh,
You never
sorry.
seem to really care for the Keepers of the Flame. I can't imagine.
That's why he's starting a new group.
You're doing it all wrong.
Rebranding.
Going out, streaking out. Solo
Literally.
album.
Rebranding.
I'll make my own keeper group. Wait. With hookers and blackjack.
Either
In
way,
fact, forget the Keeper group.
for the time being, it seems this information is news to you as much as it was to us when we found out. We can certainly find whatever it is they think they're looking for
I'll try to, at least.
and bring the information back to you.
Very well. Report back to me when you know more of your quarry. But before I forget, I will be sending someone with you.
Looking forward.
We actually don't need anyone.
We're good. There's so many people in our group. We
We have 3 more back at the end.
We can't fit everyone on our carts. We don't have enough lizards to go.
We have 7. It's a lucky number.
I know where everything is in this city already.
It's from you.
And after Thimbershot says this, you see a grisly, burly humanoid appear from around one of the sides of the horde. Do you want to tell what you look like?
Sure.
It's Mitch! Who could have guessed? Did you come for
I thought it was going to be like... what's his name? Mike, keep going.
do I have my gear on me or no at this point?
Yeah.
Am I in shackles or just regular adventure? Whatever we call it?
You have like a neck collar and chain on, but are otherwise
Okay.
as equipped as you normally would be.
Okay. So I'd say average height, probably 5'9", 5'10". Stocky, wide. Not really wearing armor, more just like comfortable clothes and anything. Traveler's boots, traveler's gear.
Are you a human?
I am humanoid.
Okay.
I have
He looks human.
I don't know how far away. How far away am I?
Like 75 feet from
Okay,
like
yeah,
Thimbershot and the
yeah.
horde
So-
at this point.
I have a rather large axe on my back, and a quiver filled with something.
Presumably arrows, but maybe not.
Presumably something.
Maybe not.
So, I tend like how I'm standing. I tend to favor my left side. I tend to stand on the left side more to my right side. You can kind of see that it's very battered and bruised. My right arm is very limp, and like you can tell that this side is my good side, right? I have a small shield on my right arm, and I have a beard, but the beard is covered by like a metal mask, and it covers the lower half of my face.
Is it like locked or is it?
No, I can talk. And then under the collar, you can see like pieces of like a tattoo here.
Is it like a dog collar? Is it?
What? No. It's like a metal collar.
Prisoner.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's got me in shackles.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Are you like? Can we see your ears?
I would assume so. I don't know.
don't know. You tell me what your hair's got like. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's short. It's short here, and it's got you have like a beard, but I don't know if they're pointy or not.
Okay. Are they? How long is your hair?
It's short, tuft. It's black and white, so it's like salt and pepper.
Okay.
I'm older,
Yeah.
like mid-40s kind of.
Do you look it?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm very battered and bruised.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
He mostly just strikes you as like a grizzly, burly human.
okay, so what color is your skin?
I'm regular, like pale.
Pale color. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe topsider. Okay. Sorry.
So he's just been eavesdropping on this conversation the whole time. This whole like, we can't let the keepers know.
I guess
He is mine. Nihilist here. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Will accompany you in your venture.
Does he have-
For now.
I might need this gone if you want me to.
Of course. He just like reaches.
Is this what you were talking about? Me helping?
I knew I would find something for you. And he basically just reaches out and sort of like pinches the collar and just like snaps it and sort of. He doesn't just like unlock it and take it off. He just breaks it off of your neck.
Okay. You guys get a better view. I have like 3 runic tattoos here in front of my neck.
Can't trust him. He's got tattoos. Serve time.
I mean, so did we.
That's like a dick. I was innocent.
Fuck you and your logic.
Alright.
How many more people are hiding in here?
As far as I know, it's just me. There's nobody else.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing? You said you were his?
Yes. He's taken care of me quite a bit. So I owe him some form of gratitude.
I look at them.
You-
It's just like
you
Stockholm
like
syndrome
him?
or something.
Yes. I would not be here without him.
Okay.
For better or worse.
How do we know he's loyal to you? I mean, of course he's going to say that while he's.
Because I'm going to die otherwise. You think he would keep me alive if I was not loyal?
Well, you could just bolt once he lets you out of here. What's to say that he doesn't just run away once we get him out into the Dark Lake District?
He has my confidence. And he knows my wrath.
Is it bad? It's wrath.
Well, rathy.
Alright. Let's not get that. Let's not get his wrath. I don't want it.
I mean, we just
Also,
signed up for his.
for future reference, just call me Nye.
Nah.
No.
Nye, please.
It's not time we get
Nah.
Bill was gonna.
So,
Bill.
are you the end?
Of
I don't know. I was just always told the end is nigh.
My brain went there too, but
do I have
that's
to go
not a
with
joke
them?
that the dragon
Do I
would
have
make.
to?
I don't think you got a choice.
Where are you from, Nye?
Nowhere really.
Oh, sure. Yeah, of course.
Nigh of nowhere.
Nowhere. I'm sorry. I haven't been drinking much today.
Have these discussions elsewhere. And at this point, Thimbershad raises his voice much, much louder and calls out again, Gartalker! You will serve as their liaison with the Keepers. See them out. And they are permitted back whenever they choose.
Oh, thanks.
Well, it's not time we get going.
This is gonna be a long trip.
It's 9 noon.
You and I are gonna have a conversation.
Alright, I'm gonna turn and walk out.
Nah, comes with you.
I will also start heading back to
I'll follow.
Bill and the science guy.
When we get out to Gartalker, be like, I think that went really well. It's very interesting.
He's glaring at all of you a bit.
Can I roll insight to see, like, is he just generally angry, or is he like, does he know?
Sure. Yeah,
something?
roll insight.
Yeah, I also wonder if he.
Absolutely.
I'm the one who spilled the beans. I'm
Yeah.
curious.
I got a 7.
I got also. Actually, mine's an 8. Perception, right?
What? No, it's
Insight.
Even worse.
What does Zatuo think of all this?
I got
Zatuo is intently staring at this
we
man.
really need to still use our wisdom-based character.
Nah, there's so many charisma-based ones.
We're so likable. We don't have to be wise.
That's true.
Still traveling with you guys? Harrison's character?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Isn't that
He's not going anywhere else.
So all 4 of us are like.
Kevin hasn't killed
charisma-based.
him off yet.
Yeah.
And so
15 from
So
Zatuo.
like perception and stuff. There's, you know.
So his Gartalker's demeanor is, I mean, it's mostly the same as before. Even with your guys' not great insight checks, you can put 2 and 2 together that he's certainly a little wary and at least mildly paranoid.
Yeah.
Since, as far as you know, he was not privy to your prior conversation.
Right.
But that's about it. Like,
Okay.
He-
He doesn't seem like he's like we. There's no indication that he heard that conversation.
Nope.
Probably would have called off the deal instantly though. If he had.
Okay. So
very well.
So we can just come back here whenever.
You made no mention to
Correct.
Thimbershot.
Correct.
of course.
I wonder what that rolls for.
Well then, go find me that egg.
Where did you see it last again?
We're the ones who saw it last.
What?
Well, not saw it last, but we know where it is.
You are the ones that at least
Tell me.
seemingly have the latest intel on that. So we'll just pretend you didn't say that because
Yeah, that's fine.
No, it's like you weren't even here last time.
Oh,
it's like we haven't had literally everyone together in almost 2 months.
It's almost like that. All right.
It is sad. You're right, pup.
Only Sanson's back.
Back to the yellow magical glowing caves. Have you been down there before? It's very interesting.
Alright, well.
Yeah, so they escort you back north through the city and eventually back into the Dark Lake District where...
While they're walking us
Yeah.
back as Gartalker. So this was it. Did they give us a badge, or did they give us like an amulet, like the Stoneguard gave us?
No, it's a badge. It's different though. This one is, you guys know at this point, it's the holy symbol of La Degur.
Yeah. Is this going to permit us to come in, or are we going to have to try and get in contact with you every time we want to try and get over towards Thundershot's lair?
Those badges will permit you access to the interior of the city.
Very well.
Fancy. Does he need one?
What do I need?
A badge. So you can get yourselves back in.
Of course. And at some point on this walk back to the Dark Lake District, someone hands you a badge as well.
Did
Is it magnetic? Can I stick it to my face?
Nope.
did what's the guy?
Gartalker?
Gartalker. Did Gartalker seem surprised that Nai's with us?
Not entirely. I mean, so you've seen this guy before. This guy's seen you before. You've been
Right.
at Denver shots for a little
Right.
while now.
A couple things real quick. Since you guys are close, my eyes are like wild eyes, like they look like a cat's eye. They're like really thin. And this side is I have a lot of scars on it. This side of my face, and like my eye is lazy. So still the small things you would notice.
You guys have so
far
much in
away.
common. Nero has like a blue, almost like electric blue scar that
goes
runs
down
like
here and
through his eye and
disappears.
down his
Oh,
face.
okay.
Yeah, but I don't have a lazy eye.
Do I recognize anything about his runes? His neck runes?
Doubtful.
New.
Like
This
the
would be-
nature of them?
Make a just make a general intelligence check.
Do they seem at all religious in origin?
10.
Because I won't even bother rolling.
Are they religious in nature?
No.
Alright.
Yeah,
Then-
doesn't matter. You could roll a natural 20 and be like, nope, not religious in nature.
I
So
just- I don't know. I wanted to get like a quick idea of like if Bryn knew anything before I asked.
sorry, what'd you say you rolled?
10.
10. Have any information on those that you'd like to share?
What do you roll? You rolled on religion,
Just intelligence.
intelligence. They seem like a tribal glyphs.
Okay.
Looks like they're spaced out to eventually go around the whole neck.
Okay.
They don't look like arcane in nature at all.
So with his eyes,
can't
do those
fly
give
above.
away any?
Still
Because
the
he
whole
has
story.
those-
Actually, yeah, you roll
Yeah.
The tallest
because
what?
roll a nature check.
Tallest dwarf.
If this guy's a freaking lichen.
Yeah, I like him already, but
Natural 20.
For what?
So it is a nature check when he sees your eyes.
Oh, okay.
So, given your age and experience, as well as yeah, he's pretty old. He's an elf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's really not that old. He looks great. He looks great for his age.
Yeah. Strapping.
So you are aware of a fairly unique race. Almost isn't the right term for it, but basically they are the descendants of various types of lycanthropes. But
Evil or
are humans evil inherently? So it sort of happens when I'm pretty sure it happens when like a lycanthropic individual and a non-lycanthropic individual
Lycanthrope each other.
they like and grope each other, and they have a little baby, and so the offspring of such a union leads to what you know of as shifters.
well,
Do you have any
That's
candles?
timing.
you were Drew too. Sorry.
Oh wait, no, sorry, you asked for candles. I'm like, wait a minute, why does that sound familiar? And then I remembered that all three of you
Yep.
were in the candle one shot. Ay.
Oh,
There are no candles in the entire city. Stop asking.
okay.
I want one gold piece worth.
Candles.
200 candles.
They
also
they
have
pull a rope
400s?
and several hundred candles fall on top of you.
So Sunday we did a one shot where we had to like roll, just straight roll our stats.
Okay.
And Stefan had 4 intelligence, and he made a shifter
You were a brick.
that basically used candles as currency.
That's amazing.
It was so good.
I went to go buy a candle, and I don't understand the value of a gold piece, so I handed the man a gold piece, and he handed me a gold piece's worth of candles.
Which is like 400
Candles. Yeah.
400 candles.
That's so awesome.
And I'm like, holy shit!
That should be your new form of currency. 1/400th of a piece of gold.
How many
candle.
candles to lizards?
No, they
We got it.
2,000?
That's
2,000?
amazing.
50 times
20,000.
400.
20,000 candles?
Yeah.
Wow. Have I heard any rumors about him
20,000 candles.
in my time in the city? About like why he's here or what his abilities are?
So, Nye,
Yeah.
why are you in the city?
Hey.
Well, before, are you asking this while we're walking or
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
we got away from
As
I mean, it can be, if you're going to have this conversation, it can be before or after the keepers.
Yeah, so I would
Like,
say something while
let
we're
you guys
still
go.
with
after the keepers.
Okay,
Let's go.
So while we're
So-
still with the keepers, I'm going to like whisper to Gartalker, so you know this fellow Nye over here.
Indeed.
How are we supposed to be discreet about the issue if he's Thundershot's dog?
Cat.
Or wolf. Who knows? Maybe a rat.
Goat?
Am I?
How do we keep him quiet?
He came with his own muzzle.
When you report back to us, bring him with you.
Sorry, dude.
You gonna escape?
If you cannot deal with the issue yourself, we will deal with it for you.
Oh, we're great at dealing with issues.
Oh yeah.
Very well.
Just let us into the West Clef district. We know the perfect spot.
It works over last time.
Just to go find the body of Zalith just still in that
Just
fucking
put it
alleyway.
on top of
Right? They committed murder.
Okay.
They did.
Twice actually, because I
you
revived her
committed
and tried to
murder.
keep her alive.
He was like, "No, I'm not gonna let you." And then like
He
Anson
Zatio-
Zatio
like-
kicked her head in like 4 times.
He like we distracted her, and then Zatio like stunning fist, and then pummeled her to death, and then Nero goes and like he's lay on hands to bring her back, and Zatio's like flurry of blows. I just like kick her 4 times.
And like straight up mountain Game of Thrones smashed her head in.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay.
Yeah.
And the next time.
Don't try not to think about that as we take you to the West.
I thought we just.
I'm pretty sure that they were just telling Mitch that, just
yeah.
for the record,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
not
yeah.
their new friend Nye.
Oh hey, by the way,
The last time
We smashed this guy's fucking face in.
it
was a girl,
It was a
too.
young
It
girl.
was a young girl.
Well, let's be real. It probably wasn't very
It
noticeable
was
after.
as messed up as you could make it.
Yep.
Bring me a young girl
is
to
fun.
murder. Although, also in
We
fairness,
fought
she
so
was a
many
drow.
things, and
Yeah.
that was the
It was a
one where we
drow.
were just like,
She's
oh
trying
my
to
gosh,
kill
we're
us.
really gotta do
And
this.
Yormix fucking stealth mission did uncover the note that showed her involvement
Yeah.
So we're just like
with certain elements who may or may not have it out for you.
potential that imprison
Maybe,
us.
just maybe.
And so we were just like, we're gonna kill her.
So, let me be the first to ask you, what are you doing in the city?
Second, actually.
Well, agree to disagree. First means
I was
something
asking
entirely
in
different
the
than
future,
other.
though. I don't know.
Yeah, that's really weird. Big time with you and all that.
What seems like so long ago. I have not seen Topside in probably, I don't know, 10 years.
10 years.
Um,
So you would have left when the sun was still up. There's no sun anymore. I'm sorry.
luckily, I can see here, so it's not all bad. But
You just ignored you.
Roll a deception check.
He just completely ignored you.
I don't know.
7.
I don't even know if it's like something that he would even entertain as being possible. So it might have, I don't know.
I wouldn't have thought that until I rolled the 19 with my +8, and now I think maybe you do believe it.
Wait.
It's entirely up to you as to whether
I'm
you.
convinced that,
Oh my God, he's right.
As of 7 years ago, there was
only
no
the moon.
Salune. Well, you wouldn't even be able to see the moon, though.
He was like, you know what? That's not that bad. It's fine. It's the moon.
Salune will rule over the earth.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if it was part of my clan or someone else, but you guys said you were slaves, right?
Yes.
Captured
Yes.
by drow.
It was a
Born
short.
and raised.
Yes.
Just reminiscing about the old days.
The good old drow and plow.
You were also a drow slave.
I don't know.
How do you not know?
People who captured me, I never really had anything with them. I've been here forever with Durgars, trading me back and forth, doing whatever they asked.
Did you ever fight in the pits?
Oh, yes. Quite a lot.
Were you good?
I was.
Well, you're alive, so I mean.
I was.
I guess you never fought the asthma.
Oh, I did. That was the end of my glory days.
Oh, sad.
But
Wah.
the pits are something I'm very good at. So,
Should we bring that? Better?
are any of you? You seem like your combat prowess, but I don't know about the rest of you.
When he speaks directly to me, I kind of just like glare at him.
Zatuo goes and
Right.
punches the nearest rock when he says
like,
the
I
combat
literally-
prowess is not.
When I was talking to Timbershot, I literally was hunting lycanthropes before I ended up down.
Oh, okay.
I would have
okay.
heard that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a weapon. You.
I carry a hatchet,
I have a loot.
Yeah.
but it's like not really a weapon.
Yeah.
I have a loot.
Yeah.
I'll like just.
That's right. I'm
I
like,
think you also just like have a
I
short
don't know
sword, if
what
I'm
he
not
does.
mistaken.
Yeah.
You just never use
Yeah,
it.
no. Why would I
I have,
ever?
like, two-
Purely to look
It
awesome.
looks
Yeah.
awesome.
Zatuo just holds his fists up like.
Yeah, Zatuo. It j- looks like. Think of like kind of Samurai Jack.
Okay.
do you have his mini?
Surprisingly close to that. Actually, yeah, his mini is actually very. You can hand it to him so you can actually see it.
Zato is the weapon.
He does have a sweet long sword on his back.
Also, I didn't know your hair was
Okay.
supposed to be salt and pepper, but I otherwise found a mini that's kind of sweet for your dude that I just already had.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's pretty close, I would say. Maybe not a cloak, but yeah, the axe is really good.
I'm good in the pits, just not in the pits.
He's good on the sidelines.
You'll be happy I'm watching you in the pits.
I don't want to go back there, but
Why would you?
if you, whatever that damn dragon wants me to do, I will do.
He saved you from something? Did he? You said he's the longest you're still here.
Saved me from the Asimar that you talked about.
He was there at the pits. I don't understand.
I don't know. I quickly blacked out and woke up and surrounded by millions of gold. And
Did you get any?
I don't need. What can you do with that here?
Nothing. If we find any issues, let us have it.
Please don't take a cut.
Can we get that on the books?
You mentioned your tribe.
Yes.
What tribe?
I didn't prepare for this.
That's fine. Oh, that's so interesting. I can't believe you knew them to the 8th generation.
Some say they were called the Cleveland Indians.
They had to change their mascot due to public pressure.
What does Thembershod have you do?
Move gold from here to here.
Aesthetically pleasing. Gold.
Do some scale massaging occasionally.
That's not all that bad.
No, do some juggling.
You juggle. I quickly just toss you 3 copper pieces.
Roll athletics.
Acrobatics.
Just a dexterity saving throw to
Catch the coins.
Okay. 15.
Okay. Yeah, now roll performance or acrobatics, whichever one's better for you.
Okay. 8.
8. So he catches the first 2 coins and tosses one up and catches the third one and then just loses all of them.
I didn't say I was good, but it's not
Not bad.
He's not used to dealing with coins, obviously.
I also haven't really seen
Well, that's
anybody
all.
else in a long time.
Are you trying to get back topside?
That is my only goal. I escaped from the slavers a few times, but here I still am.
So it didn't go so well then.
Why do you think I was in the pits?
Because it didn't go so well then.
They were sick of me.
Yeah.
But then they couldn't get rid of me.
You're stubborn is what I'm hearing.
I am very stubborn.
Yome, could you around?
I will cast see invisibility.
Yormic's signature.
Basically,
That's been like weirdly good
it
for you
has-
guys.
It's so there's so much value
Mm-hmm.
in a city of.
So-
in,
The AVI is really
You
high.
probably know
in
why
town.
it's good, right?
You've been here long enough that it would have come up, or you would have come across it, to know that Duergar have the innate racial ability to make themselves invisible.
I did read about it.
Okay.
So we're
And-
constantly paranoid.
And yes, so there are pretty consistently invisible patrols of like the Stone Guard people throughout the city, or I mean, in this instance, he's obviously checking to see if there's like an invisible detachment of Keepers of the Flame kind of following you guys.
Right.
So you cast your spell,
Mm-hmm.
and you do catch sight of one Stone Guard patrol, but they seem to just be patrolling.
I'm gonna wave at him.
They didn't
Yeah.
really notice you.
That's fine.
and that's all. That's all.
I know, and that's all that matters. Yeah, it seems there's nobody that knows too much about him around. So, do you want to get? I don't think I can. Yeah, you want to get back topside. If you were to somehow get out of the city onto the lake, would he be able to find you, or?
I don't have tracking or anything. You can tell he's pretty big, so he's not inclined to move much. Just has me do all of his handiwork.
Aside from lighting the flames in the furnaces, does he ever leave?
Does he ever leave?
He's not left the city since you've been with him.
Okay. Not really. He just seems to stay.
And you said you've seen his wrath.
Well, I've seen him keep the flame lit. I don't think I need to figure out what else he's capable of. I mean,
You've also
he's-
seen him eat a few times.
He's a dragon.
Oh, he's a
Dragging that belly around.
That was the shot. Oh.
Accurate.
So
Absolutely accurate.
But
So-
if you guys need protection, I'm happy to oblige.
could use someone else to, like you observed in the sense.
How do you feel about acid?
Relatively don't care about it.
Great.
Do you want me to do something with acid? Or
I just want
do you
you-
have me drop acid or
Yes.
oh
All of them.
You're gonna get.
You,
I
you-
actually
you do have a
still
baggie of magic
I do
mushrooms.
still have some mushrooms.
He sort of like accidentally did a drug deal in the market one day.
Oh yeah,
It was
that's
amazing.
right.
It's
that
pretty
was
great.
We're all gonna
amazing.
get super nigh.
So we're done.
you did this to yourself.
pretty nigh for a white guy.
So we're
You can do anything with anything. I get shit for myself all the
I
time.
don't do this bad.
so we're nigh too far from our entrance to the world's downtown.
No longer getting acknowledged sentences
we'll get
with the
tired.
word
Make it
"nigh"
worse.
in them.
So, Oh, sorry.
So no, what'd you say though?
We're not that far from our entrance that we know of. Well, we're making
I mean, you're
our
back
way
in the
there.
Dark Lake
We're
District.
making our way there while we're having conversation.
To the Horrelstone tunnels?
The Horrelstone.
Are we going to my...
Or start looking for this thing?
Start where the
The Gregos?
were.
So
Oh, yeah,
maybe
good
that's-
call.
So we're walking
Alright.
over to my shed.
Let's go there.
Where are we going?
We're going to my shed.
How do you do this?
Absolutely.
This whole place is a giant tunnel in the sands, but
Do you have any?
Hope you're not
do you have any
claustrophobic, dude.
Scarring memories that might creep up to disable you.
I would think he has several, but
Scarring memories, just face covered in scars. No.
Is that going to be an issue?
I'm just practical. If I need to kill somebody, I will.
is your other arm usable or?
Yes, I only have it for so long. It's been through quite a lot.
Gonna fall off.
Till
It's my
till
shield.
about
It's my shield
here?
arm. It's like my shield and then all of the scars around my arm.
Your
Yeah,
arm
shield
is-
probably just looks like it's like kind of strapped on too.
Is it
Is it-
degenerating?
It's workable. I just
Can you do this?
He John McCain's it and then gets it about this high up.
yeah. I can hold it for a few seconds, but like, it's like I can. It just hurts, and I need it, so I like to keep it.
Some sound logic. Well, we're going in the tunnels underneath the Grackelstrug. Things are clustered down there. There is acid. There is smoke that makes you, I don't know, hallucinate, go crazy, however you want to say it. There
Seems fine so far.
were a lot of, what?
He was drinking.
Oh, I didn't see
Yeah,
your
he's,
face.
he's maintaining his BAC.
There were a lot of people down there, but we sort of, they kind of got into a little bit of an altercation.
They're mostly dead.
They're mostly dead now.
We either
Did you kill them all, or was it everybody?
We either destroyed two-headed giants or loosed them. We're thinking we destroyed them though.
It's probably fine. We killed a few.
I think that is like literally Yorvik's catchphrase.
It's Yormik 2020. It's probably fine. Oh man, I would get that as a bumper sticker.
I would get a shirt.
Oh my god, can we please get shirts?
Armor's always clean.
I'm down for that. Yormikipedia.
Alright.
The guy in Grackelstug.
Oh my gosh!
And
I would
then-
love-
You're the
I would
Kevin
love-
of knowledge
I
of
would love
Grackles.
player shirts. I would love player shirts with like catchphrases on the back.
Despite the
This just sounds like something that needs to happen now.
appearances, they are quite adept in a pinch.
All of us, everybody.
I may have.
Yes. Yeah, so, sorry, I should have done this a little earlier, but with the group, there is a half-elf with the loot.
So
I actually don't know races. It's actually a good point.
Okay, so I am I'm a half elf. I'm about 17. I have a lute on my back. When I play it, you'll see like little like just little illusions. A lot of times just like little flares or whatever. But sometimes scenes pop up as I play it. I have like a nice sort of like big tattered cape with some pockets in it. I keep a sword, it's a very nice, clean looking short sword on my hilt on my side. It looks like it's never seen combat.
Because it's never seen combat.
And I have I wear like a like a standard thing, like something in front of my armor with like a lightning bolt embroidered on it.
A bib.
For eating lobster, you know, like in case.
An underdark officer. I'm a half elf as well. I am 30, in my mid-30s. I sort of like, I'm beginning to show some wrinkles around my eyes, my mouth. I have long, like, black / like some gray streaked hair. I wear a brown overcoat, like a leather trench coat, actually. I seem pretty unassuming. I carry a pretty heavy backpack because it's got a carpenter's kit in it.
Okay.
And that you can tell probably that's what it is. I carry a hatchet, I carry a dagger, and I have like this really weird bird on my shoulder.
Even bird.
Yeah.
He likes to flip people off.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's what it
It does. It will flip you off when possible.
Okay.
So I'm. It's if you speak to me.
Well, if you're guys talking about, he's probably doing it right now.
So
His name is Glitterfart.
yeah.
Now he's flipping you off.
I assumed that he was like either chilling in spider form or just not around while you were with the keepers
So-
and Themmershot and them.
When I would say that I kept him away, and when he did his ability, I had him like fly back down and land on my shoulder, in bird form.
Those super common birds.
I'd say it was common.
So I'm a high elf. I have pretty long, like really black hair.
An elf?
A nigh elf. Pretty.
So you're
elf
all
is
elves?
No.
I'm just
Half elf,
He's a
half
half
human.
elf, high elf.
Yeah.
I look human because I'm only like a quarter elf.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's like way down the line.
He's basic.
Elf.
He's only a
blood
half
elf.
elf for
He's
the
a-
charisma.
he's very much a mutt. With like just so like long black hair, sapphire blue eyes, and just an electric
Got like
blue.
a Harry Potter thing going on.
Well, it's like it's a little
Makes
bit
Harry
more
Potter look like a
intense.
little bitch.
Yeah, it does. It's like there's just a big electric blue scar that just goes down.
Is
I forget,
like
does it
thin,
glow?
or is it actually?
No, it's like there's like a like
Does it cover your
it's
eye?
pretty nasty.
Nasty.
Yes, it's going down.
He's British and it's nasty.
It's nasty, and he's got this like just gleaming white armor that just there's not a speck. There's not even like
Oh,
you
God.
can't even see a speck of dirt on this. It is like the most pristine, clean armor you've ever seen, and he's got a gold cape, and there's the a like crest of a moon with a sword plunged through it
Okay.
on his armor. He stands like 6 feet tall.
Okay.
So he looks like, and he looks like a young adult elf.
Okay.
Yormik is a Duragar, so you're very used to very like thin looking. Like maybe he grew up kind of sickly for a Duragar.
Yeah, he's pretty gaunt for a Duergar compared to what you're used to seeing.
Cloak, not really any armor to speak of, but like dark gray and navy. A small pack. I have a wand that actually don't really know what it looks like, but I have a wand that I
It's a
use.
staff now.
You turned it into a
Got
staff.
back.
Did I get it a staff?
We got it last
Oh
year.
yeah, it was
Okay.
delivered last session.
I have a staff now, which is way better because I can do this with the staff. I can hit people with it. So I have a staff that I walk with.
So do I actually. Why is it a walking stick?
Yeah.
And staff.
And I have a big ass sword.
He does.
I figured.
Big ass sword.
Also, my armor will be black tomorrow.
Yeah. But gray skin,
Just
short. And Zatuo is.
Zatuo kind of looks like Samurai Jack a bit. He's got the
Yeah.
top knot.
Okay.
And that's sort of traditional style, but he does have a sword on his back.
Okay.
With them also is a deep gnome who's in a very, very dark cloak robe thing. And then there's also just a female dwarf. The deep gnome's name is Jimjar, and the dwarf is Eldith.
She's okay.
And
Also, I'm pretty drunk lately.
he's probably reasonable about.
Yeah.
I almost definitely smell like
So
whiskey
why
at
don't you
this
actually
point.
just get drunk or
I have a wine skin of whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could just get like a 30 rack and just drink while we're
You
playing.
keep your purification away from me.
No.
If he gets up with Bryn, I don't think he'd be making door tomorrow.
Nope. Especially last session where Nero came up and cleansed me of my drunkenness, and so I had to do it all over again.
In the same day.
You son of a bitch!
That's
Stop helping me.
Are we still walking towards the shed at this point as well?
Yeah.
Is that where we're
Yeah.
going next?
Mhm.
Okay.
So we introduced all of our names in front of Thundershard as well. So like
Yeah.
if you can't
Good introduction, DM.
well
Yeah.
played, sir.
Nero, Wickham, Brand. Shit.
Yep, that's right.
Nailed it.
Stick
with that. It's fine.
It's what everybody else says.
Yormic.
Yormic.
Yormic is basically a tour guide down here.
Brewmantle.
Really bad.
I wrote a book on that, not the book. A
Just
book.
that's accurate.
It's sold.
He
it's
could
sold
try
a
and
couple
explain a lot
copies.
of
My
things to
parents
you.
were really nice and bought some.
I'm telling you, that's
Alright,
the
so-
Yormicopedia.
Let's just go till we get to the shed then.
Yep.
Yeah. So make a group stealth check just for sort of trying to enter that cellar basement discreetly
Dang
again.
it, wasted natural 20 because it's at disadvantage with armor. 5. Nope. 7. Nope. 6.
Oof.
It was natural 20.
Yormic and Zatuo got 22 and 21.
That's fast.
Okay.
18.
18?
Thanks, guys.
17?
20.
20?
Damn.
Cool. All right. Yeah, you guys.
Quiet, that Nero can't make noise.
Clang, 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 clang. Trips going down the stairs, just falls into the.
We're all
falls
just
into
like
the floor there.
helping him, like catching him, not letting him hit the ground.
I'm not
So, yeah, you guys-
I'm just loud.
So, Mitch, where you guys, you went north from Thimbershad's cave. His cave is in like the southeastern bit of the city. You guys basically went due north to get into the Dark Lake district, which is where the only place where non-Duergar people are normally allowed, because it's like all commerce and trade and stuff. And now you basically have been traveling west across it, and eventually sort of get behind this alley and enter this like cellar. Pretty much.
Yeah, so we don't think many people know about this entrance. And it's a hell of a lot easier to get into where we're going this way. Otherwise, we gotta go down to the cleft, and people don't like us down there, especially him. So
Yeah.
on the whole secret entrance thing.
Sure.
Whatever, man. All right. Yeah. So you guys all get down into the cellar, close the door behind you, and the usual crate leads you to the ladder.
I slide down the ladder.
Someone want to tell me where we're going?
The Whirlstone Tunnel.
Do I know about this?
You've not heard of this.
Okay.
So, this is where the Darrow, the trash people, like to live.
I told you about this. Remember? No. I told you York was racist.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Because all Durgar are racist against the Darrow.
yeah, the society is literally built on the back of enslavement of the
Yeah.
Darrow.
Yeah. So the population of Gracklestug is about. It's like over like 13,000, and I want to say there's like over 10,000 slaves, give or take.
I didn't
doing
realize there was
great.
that many.
Wow, it's a small city.
Doing great.
That's a small city.
A group formerly known, well, it's still currently known as the Grey Ghosts, I suppose, also made their base down here. We came to find them and one of the Darrow.
They became great.
We killed everyone, and now we're going back to find the egg because the Grey Ghosts are the ones that took it. We believe they hid it somewhere down here, but you have to turn small in order to find it, like this big.
Sounds like we're just like small, I think.
Also,
It's this big.
I didn't want to say this when we were at the surface, but you heard our conversation with Thembershad about how the keepers didn't want. Can you still see invisibility?
Lasts for
an
10 minutes or an hour.
Hour.
You
I have a
cards for it,
card.
right? Yeah.
Okay, look at that. Cards brought to you by Kevin.
I didn't buy the cards, just the binder.
binder.
No one around still?
1 hour.
1 hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still going.
Yeah.
No one around still?
No.
Yeah, on your way across the city, you spotted a few more patrols, but again, no one paying particular interest to your group. Yeah, and if that's all, you guys travel down the ladder, back into the...
Nero to say something, I think.
Once we were down there,
Yeah.
once we were in the tunnel, I was talking to him. So as we're doing this traveling you're talking about, so you overheard that conversation, correct?
Sure.
Well, you did. You did it.
Yes. Of course, I heard about it.
What?
Our conversation with Thundershot.
Oh, okay.
The
I thought I wasn't sure because you had your own little teeny conversation
Yeah,
in there
yeah.
that was very important to him.
yeah,
I mean, you really buried the lead.
but so because the keepers didn't want Thundershot to know about the egg, and Thundershot sent you with us, they're not going to let you get back to Thundershot.
Or at least that's the impression we got from him.
Aren't
That's
we-
a pretty heavy impression.
Aren't we supposed to go see him first anyway? Could always drop him off.
I think both of them want us to see them first.
They do.
I'm more scared of the dragon.
That seems fair.
Regardless, my point is, we probably. You want to get out of this situation, don't you? You want to get out of your enslavement.
Wow.
Contrary to popular belief, not everyone here wants to be a slave.
Hey, you were groveling at the dragon.
What?
just his entire worldview just shattered in that moment.
Why do we have so many
Not
then?
everyone wants to be a slave.
There's a whole college for it. I saw.
George doesn't even catch the sarcasm.
Oh my
Just
god.
like, you're right. Everyone's being a slave.
Roll a deception.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
I also don't want to die.
well, the only way Thundershot won't let you go, by the sound of it, and the Keepers of the Flame aren't going to let you go.
Would love to let him go.
So maybe we can find a way to work this for us.
I say we just.
Either faking his death down here so that they think he's dead and they don't have to finish the deed themselves, or perhaps negotiating with Thembershad the information we return to him for the life of his son.
You guys can get me out of here. I can help you do whatever you want.
Maybe.
I can teach you things that I know. Anything you need.
What is it you specialize
Close quarters, the best way I can describe it. I don't know. I don't use this thing often.
in?
Yes.
Almost never.
Are you saying you don't get in fights very often, or that when you do get into a fight, you don't use it?
No, I'm just saying I just need my good arm and a few seconds, and usually anybody I fight is pretty hard pressed to do anything.
All right. Understood.
Mm-hmm.
I still love that you just kind of have like this like steel trap mouth guard
Yeah.
craziness.
Yeah, so
on
random
right
thing,
now.
I was gonna buy. I have my retainer at my house, and it like kind of makes me speak with like a lisp. And I was gonna wear it. But, like, I totally forgot it. And I'm so mad.
Good, yeah.
That's it's going good.
Retainer class play.
Yeah. Or like vampire teeth you get from like Halloween places, like that'd be
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, so I just put people to the ground and hold them there, and they don't get back up when I'm done with them.
I imagine.
Well, it sounds like it'll be pretty useful if we get into a fight. I prefer to stay in the back and do what I can from the back line there.
You just tell me who's a problem, and they will be solved.
All right. Well, that's not trying to kill us then. Are we there yet? I say both to the group and the DM.
Yeah, if you guys are done with this conversation, because you basically, after you take a ladder down into the beginnings of this cave, you travel down like a spiraling downward path for a little over an hour before you reach sort of an end of it and a trap door, which is another ladder that's like a 60 or 80 foot high ladder down to the ground, and a door.
Is there still water down there?
Remember
When I flooded it,
I mean, probably, because that was like a lot the water, and this is just like
A
a
stone.
cave.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like
Yeah.
it's evaporating at a crazy rate. So you all climb down and reach the bottom of this ladder with a little splash at the bottom. It's just like a few inches of water.
Watch your step. Bryn had an accident down here that time over here.
It was actually pretty deliberate.
But yeah, so you all dismount from the ladder. The door on this side is shut like you left it, but not locked. And you come out again into the familiar lair of the Grey Ghosts.
Now, if I remember correctly, in the garden, or where what's left of it,
Are there still a bunch of the bodies laying
We
in the garden?
Is it?
We burnt them alive, didn't we?
I mean, so you did torch this other side too, though.
Yeah.
So everything in here has sort of been at least burned once over with
Yeah.
alchemist's fire. Sort of just torched the whole place.
we think there might be like a lead to the egg.
Do you?
I mean, it's a reasonable question that your character could ask them for, like, why the fuck are we going in these tunnels?
Yeah, I was asking
Yeah.
him in character.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad. I thought that was like Mitch being like, hey, why do we...
Wickham, that you sent your bird
It's the
friends
closest thing we have to
down that tunnel in Spider.
Yeah, he got squished or something.
I think that's probably where we want to start looking.
Sounds as good a place as any.
How many mushrooms do we have?
I was actually just looking
We
at
got,
that.
we
I'm
got
pretty
mushrooms
sure we
that make us smaller so we can fit in the cracks.
It's like Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
literally
It's-
like that, yeah.
This is
Nice.
Phaserist,
Because
right?
you guys said you guys were small.
yes.
Like, how-
So actually, yeah, good point. A thing that is familiar to you all that you probably haven't experienced, at least not in a very long time, if ever. But once you got to a certain depth in that tunnel that was leading downwards, the air around you was sort of glowing this like greenish yellow hue that was just like hung in the air, like almost like if it was like a foggy night and there was light illuminating the fog, but you can still see through it mostly okay. It doesn't feel like anything. It's not wet. It's just sort of there in the air, right? It's like present, but you can't interact with it, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it gives you this sort of strange sensation when you enter it, but that's about it.
Alright.
It does sort of offer very, very dim light for where you are too.
Okay. Who here has dark vision? It's everybody.
I think.
Yeah, Zato has goggles.
Yeah, he's
I don't
goggles.
want to-
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
And the other human died.
Yeah.
Rip.
Because he didn't have dark vision.
He had a hammer that caught on fire at command.
He saw
No,
just well enough to
funny
lock
enough-
eyes with the Demogorgon.
Yeah.
Funny enough, it's because
And die.
And two of us have like super dark vision.
Yeah. We can see real good.
So,
120 feet.
Oh, okay. That is super good.
we have enough of the pygmy wool to get in and out.
Well, that's for over an hour, right?
Well, there's 8 of you now.
We have 17.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we've got enough to get in there, do what we gotta do, and hopefully we can get out before that first.
Can we keep harvesting some as we're going through? Like have Zatuo harvest
If you
some?
find more, sure.
Yeah.
When you go in, are we going to encounter things when we're small? Doesn't sound very...
Probably.
Well, last time we were down here, I sent my bird thing into one of the cracks,
Bird.
and it got killed.
It was a spider
really?
at the time.
And so we're assuming if we go in there, we're also going to fall onto something to come
You don't
out.
have many choices though.
But one of these cracks, and they're not particularly the safest place to be.
I'm gonna go find the hole I saw the gardener go into when I was here last.
And
Okay.
the one that Avarax has got fried in.
Yeah.
This is the same one.
No,
Yeah.
I was verifying.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the whole and yes, yeah, it was both.
Word.
Yeah, so I mean they're much the same. Again, all the plants and fungi that were growing down in the little garden area all got torched.
Yeah.
So they're no good.
Not fun anymore.
And yeah, if Zatuo checks, there's no new growth there at the moment, at least.
Gotcha.
But the crevice in the wall is still there.
Do you think your spider's quick enough to avoid getting stomped this time? And I'm gonna look at Everaxis in the eye when I say stomped, and be like, kind of trying to egg him on a little bit.
I think that's just a matter of love.
That's potentially.
I mean, we're going to go in either way, right?
That's probably true.
It ain't too cheap to bring him back every time.
That's fair.
Cheaper than bringing one of us back.
So
That's true, but you're all a little more durable.
He's a durable gar.
That is true.
That's correct.
That's-
Well played.
That is why we are called that. It's because we're very durable, the most durable of all things.
no, I don't suppose.
And their progenitor's name was Gar.
It's durable guard.
And Gar Talker has a unique connection to him.
Mm-hmm.
He can talk to Gar quite a
Do we
bit.
want to find if there's any more cracks down here in this area before we head into this one, so that if this one turns out to be a dead end, we don't waste time while we're small looking for the other ones?
That's a good call.
Maybe, but considering the fact that
Is
he
there
was
moss
instantly zapped.
in
Well,
these
that was kind of
cracks?
instant beast that.
Is there moss? There does not appear to be.
That's good.
Getting Zatu a roll.
Oh, huh. I was like, why are you wondering about my right?
So I'm gonna go over to the crack, and I'm going to use Divine Sense to see if I get anything
Just in case there's like a
on
demon
the radar
around the corner.
through the
Okay.
through the crack.
And I know I know I have you read this every time, but can you read it to me again?
As an action, you can detect good and evil. Until your next turn, you can sense anything affected by a hallowed spell or know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Sounds to
You
be
can
the
use this
most
3
often
times
read spell description.
for long rest.
That's very specific.
That is true. I remember.
You. Wait, it's sorry. What was the distance? Before I
60
actually-
feet.
Checks map.
Yes.
Hi. Is that
You do
Oh,
actually.
yeah, that's right, every time.
Wait, does this like just go through whatever?
It says they can't, if they're behind total cover. It says that is not behind total cover.
Oh well.
There's a
I mean, this would help you literally as far as you could see into the crevice, which is
Right.
not far at all. So you don't pick up anything apart from the norm.
You.
It's probably fine.
Seems good. The thing is, so the other crevices that we know of are the ones that were over by Narek's lair. But it doesn't make sense for it to be elsewhere. This is where the Grey Ghost's hideout was. Why would they bring the egg over with Narek?
So just to be clear, after we go with that gate from the Grey Ghost, so we first met the first Grey Ghost, there's a tunnel that leads down into this area.
Mm-hmm.
There is the area with like the alchemy lab and the barracks where we came from just now.
Yep.
Is there anywhere else?
There's no other exits in here.
I thought there was a place where.
I mean, there's the door that we came in, but
That's
then
the one
it
he's talking
shoots
about.
off directly
Yeah.
to the right towards the
Yeah.
garden and then to the
Well,
left.
so this-
Okay, this picture in the top corner.
That's it.
That's what the Grey Ghost like hideout looks like shape wise.
Yep.
The upper portion is where the ladder's at. The garden's on the bottom right with the little crevice, and then the front door is on the opposite end.
Okay.
So there's only that one way in here.
Okay. So I think, yeah, I guess right, this is the only crack. So I guess we go in.
So tell me, Nye, I don't suppose you're particularly good at tracking.
What would cracking be under?
Survival.
You don't have,
There's some, but not enough to be helpful.
can't sniff out things.
Not particularly, but I could try.
I can try too.
Not the time, Brent. But true.
Zatua will start looking for tracks on the ground to see if anybody's been here recently outside the tunnel entrance.
Okay, you guys are going out the front door.
When I go
Oh, no. Out the little hole.
He's talking about tracks out of the crevice.
Oh, sure. Yeah, go ahead. For that.
The boss.
Natural 20.
Oh boy.
Zatua just freaking goes Avatar state. That's Assassin's Creed.
Seems like a short clip of everything that's happened since we've last been here.
Right.
He recreates the scene itself. One person coming in, dropping to their knees. Like
All right,
this
who's seen the
scene.
TV show Hannibal? This is my design. It sees everything that's happened there for like the last year. No, Zatuo is supremely confident that no fresh tracks have been made over there.
Sweet.
So we go for it. But who wants to take the plunge? I do think it would probably be wise to send Everaxis first to see if there is any trap there, or if it was a one-time thing that he triggered. You're welcome to go in his stead first if you think that one of us should go first.
Is crevice like vertical or horizontal?
Vertical.
So it's straight down. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a super narrow
Small
like passage.
But I need to be smaller to go down there, right?
Yeah,
Right, but if
it's true. They have also not explained the pigment work
I'm
to
charging
you
you
yet.
for the incense.
How much is it?
It's like 10 gold.
I guess I'll bite the bullet
That's too much.
to save us 10 hit points potentially.
Yeah, it's 10 gold. Alright. Varaxis, please turn yourself into a spider and get your butt in there. I say this out loud. To my crow. Or raven.
You see this crow just like poof on his shoulder, and then is suddenly a reasonably large spider sitting in the same place.
And like crawls on my arm, so like put
Right, just scuttles it right off. And,
and I just close my eyes and
not before like turning back and glaring at you with
Lift up one of
8
his legs.
cold eyes. He should lift his butt up at you and like shoots a little bit of web because he's a spider.
Did you get excited?
We can look through his eyes again, right?
yeah, I'm doing it.
Okay.
Do you get to pick the eyes?
I do want him to be stealthy.
Which of
Maybe
the
just
eyes?
sneak around the corner.
That'd actually be really funny if it was like, yeah, you're having trouble comprehending what 8 eyes are seeing at the same time.
That's the, like,
I just picked 2. Pick 2 eyes.
Oh god, I can't do it. You only look out of one. You have no depth perception. Either it's a really big thing really far away, or there's a giant right in front of you. Just kidding. Sure, yeah. Everaxis starts heading through the same tunnel again.
And now for any traps or creatures that move. Or, well, just creatures in general, moving or not. Really, just anything that's not a crevice.
Yeah.
Really.
Anything that's not petrifying present darkness.
That's not bad.
Sure. So, Everaxis moves into the tunnel and gets about 25 feet in through this into this crevice. Gonna roll a perception check.
The stealth is 15.
Stealth is 15. Okay.
Yeah. 8. I rolled really bad last time too.
You did.
I agree.
Okay. So let me.
He gets advantage because I'm helping him by looking through his eyes, right? Left. No, you're right. No, Rex is right there. Did you see it?
There's nothing there.
What's the AC?
13.
AC is 13. Okay. Suddenly, you don't feel it because you don't get that type of, I guess, sensation from Avaraxis. But you do sort of see, you do see his vision like lurch side to side very quickly, and in an instant he once again disappears. But prior to his disappearing, you got a glimpse of what looked like part of a fairly large arachnid-like creature.
One of his own kind?
An arachnid-like creature?
Alright, well, he's dead again.
Looked like some
Lulth.
looked like some very very large
Spider.
arachnid legs.
How far ahead was he?
25 feet in. Right near, he made about 25 feet in before he died again.
You see anything?
No, I didn't see shit.
Well,
Wait, did you say you didn't see anything?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to give him the satisfaction.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm making sure.
alright. I guess I'll lead the way then. We're going in?
When he has to buy 3 new Hero Forge minis after this.
I mean, if he
No,
did
it's
know,
fine.
if he did know it was a spider, like, what does that really get us?
Oh, yeah.
Other than we know something's in there, it's gonna try to kill us.
Oh, yeah.
We're about to spider very quickly anyway.
Yep.
Do you want me to lead? I have no problem going first.
I wish you told me that before I sent my spider in.
No.
You two can figure it out.
Feel free, I'd rather you be in front of me than behind me anyways.
I can also agree to that. Do I need to be small to go down this thing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll reach in Nero's bag and pull out a mushroom and just be like, here you go.
Am I gonna go? Am I going by myself or is
No.
everybody
We'll all come
coming?
with
I'm
you.
coming. I'm coming.
Just really stoned
Just
instead.
right before an obvious combat, just be like, here you go, let's start hallucinating.
So,
All right, so I'm
I give
assuming.
everyone one. I eat it.
Yeah,
like a
mine too.
natural version of
Okay,
mirror
yeah, you
image.
distribute them to everyone in the
The
group.
spider gets a
Nice.
natural version of mirror image because you just see multiples of it.
Yes, yeah, 9 left. So for the next hour, you are all under the effect of the reduce spell.
Okay.
Your size is halved in all dimensions. Your weight is reduced to 1/8 of normal. Your size category all goes down by 1. Until the spell's done, you'll have disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. And while your weapons are all smaller, your attacks with them deal 1d4 less damage than they normally would, but it can't reduce it lower than a point of damage.
And there's a giant spider camping in front of the exit. Freaking
Giant something.
Call of Duty
Who knows what it
players.
is?
Just be stealthy.
So it was all weapons by 1d4 damage.
Yeah.
Is it all melee
They
weapons or
include-
like do that include other
Does that
things?
include spells, Eldritch Blast.
Natural weapons.
I think it's just
Weapons.
So just weapons, so not like I don't know what that means.
I mean, it doesn't mean.
I mean, being smaller, I think that would apply to natural weapons too.
Okay.
'Cause, like a smaller monk is hitting less hard.
Sure. Okay. So then, like, would I just like usually roll a d4 to like subtract the damage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's just sort of done after the fact.
Alrighty.
All right, you are all small. Give me a marching order.
Start by low.
He's in front of me. Why do you keep putting him behind me?
just keep reordering it.
No,
Brand's up there.
Is Zatu
Brand's
still here?
like-
All right.
The top
Cabinet.
shelf.
Oh yeah, we could have sent Jim Jar in there.
Oh, yeah, great idea.
Hey Stefan. Next time we're at a tunnel, we'll send Jim Jar in first.
So do I have to climb down, or is there like a series of?
Oh, it's just like
It's like a
it's just like a small.
No,
crevice.
no,
It
in the
doesn't go
middle.
Down. It's
Oh, it
middle
goes
circle.
this
Yeah.
way.
Right, it's just like a bit of tunnel that's way too small for
How
you,
long do I-
any of you, to go through at your
Okay.
normal size.
Relatively.
Zatu that far back.
Yeah, you're right. He's gonna be like elbowing you for space.
I don't think Zatu will be elbowing me, but he will be next to me.
He's jostling. Anyway,
All right.
Look at us, all in order from Nod to Eldith.
Can I do like passive perception to see? what's
Yeah,
coming?
I mean, yeah, you can roll a perception check to try and like spot it first.
should we do group stealth?
You can try and be stealthy.
Let's try and be quiet.
Let's try.
It's something that.
Yikes.
Who knows what it is? Not Wicca.
Oh, you rolled twice.
Natural
The
one.
one's for me, one's for Zatu.
Oh.
Natural one.
13 and 14.
Disadvantage will do that.
6.
25.
5.
Wow.
What was yours?
6.
Did we roll
Five,
for
six.
Jim Jar and Eldith?
Me and
I
Nero
did.
are just
Okay.
arguing. We're just like, this is. I'm telling man. By the way, it's not just 10 gold. It's like a 10 gold and an hour of my time. So,
It's like
Would you guys have walked in there and got zapped first?
well, no, but
there you go. What? So you wanted?
But now we're all.
to get zapped?
But now we're all just
You
walking
wanted
in there.
somebody
anyway.
else to get zapped first?
Yeah, you.
So what happens?
Okay,
Let's go
and
ahead
your
and
sorry,
anyway.
your perception check.
We were preparing for it.
We knew something was in here anyway.
We didn't know that it was
6.
He
You
gave
said
us
there's nothing there.
garbage
Maybe
die.
you triggered the trap, and that's all.
Last time.
That's fine.
Well,
Um,
you triggered the trap, so it
So
should be fine.
you,
Well, let's
even trying to be alert, moving into this tunnel, you make it almost 30 feet through this narrow crevice before it opens up a little bit to be wide enough that you could have fit there at your normal size then.
Okay.
However, you find yourself natural 20'd on this attack from the
Rip.
spider that you didn't see in time. So you're gonna take 13 points
Yikes.
of piercing damage.
Okay.
As a giant spider basically drops down from above from the side of the tunnel and just like chops into your shoulder. And this is like this spider is oh man, that's so disappointing. My spiders are the wrong size. So this spider is a large creature. So this is a very, very large spider.
Here's to us.
Right, exactly.
He's 2 size categories above us.
So you're all small now, so yes.
It's fine. His AC is going to be super low.
And you also see a second spider there
Also
as
large?
well. And now we'll roll initiative.
Also
And
large?
what?
Are they both large?
Yes.
Okay.
And we're gonna go to break on the stream for a bit. I'm gonna draw a
Oh.
map, and we'll roll initiative.
Okay.
Be right back.
I rolled a natural.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Natural 20.
Hey.
Important question. This
We
is a
are
pouch
back.
of exact change. If you put in 50 gold, can you pull out one lizard?
We passed
No,
that.
but you can pull out 20,000.
We got a definitive yes from the GM on that one.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, please roll me some initiatives.
Oh, that's
Hell yeah, 4.
Oh.
It's a 5 actually.
5.
That's a big number.
Everyone's bottlenecked behind me. Rolled a 5.
Zato has 22.
Wow.
Well, hopefully he can like
Or do you want us to go in like?
Hang on just a sec.
torpedo
One shot the
guy.
at the same time.
Zatuo with a 22.
5.
Yormik,
11.
11. Wick,
21.
21. Bryn,
21.
What's your
Nihilus.
modifier
15.
for initiative?
15.
2.
Not bad.
Alright.
What is their initiative on here? Is it just their dex? Yeah. Ildith is a 14.
Oh, sorry. I already rolled for them. Habit. My apologies, good sir.
Well, here you go from the book.
You get to roll. You'll get to roll all their attacks and everything. Okay. So top of the order. After being very abruptly ambushed by an extremely large spider, and seeing a second one also coming towards you from above. An even more terrifying sight appears
Oh, come on.
from around the corner up ahead.
Giant kitten me.
Oh my.
It's Lolth.
It's not.
What is that?
Okay, so that mini is not 100% accurate to what the creature is, but it was far and away the closest thing I have. It actually has twice as many heads.
No, of course it does.
So this
Naturally,
Is-
every time.
Right.
just an extremely large spider with almost a
Spider.
centaur-like humanoid body emerging from it that has 2 heads.
Okay.
Do they both
And it
get turned?
comes charging, crawling on the wall of this cave.
Oh,
And
getting all kinds of
when it
weird.
sees you, actually, when it
How tall is it?
fully arounds the corner over here and sees you all, it is going to fire its webbing at you. Nero.
Pass.
At me.
Does it look drow-like?
He's just firing at Nye.
No, I said at Nero.
No, I said he's firing at Nye.
Oh, it.
Bye.
Wait. I don't understand. But he missed horrifically.
They missed horrifically?
What?
Yes.
Something can miss me?
Yeah.
I
When you
hit a
when you
lot.
roll a 2, when you roll a 2,
I have 16 AC right now, and I still get hit all the time.
My AC's 14. I get hit less than half as often.
okay,
Yeah.
so Zatuo is
Okay.
up next.
Can you even get past me?
Yeah, I can.
He wants
That's
to
a
go
good
this
question.
Is the
Yeah, but we're in like this.
spider tar actually wielding a sword?
No, it is not wielding a sword.
It's just 2 guys that are like shaking their fists at us. Like,
Does it look
are they holding
drow-like?
anything?
No,
No, okay.
Is it a jackal?
it is not a jackal.
It's a jackal.
Is it a jackal?
It's a jackal.
Zatuo is going to do his best exterminator impression and run up.
I am the exterminator.
Can he
He's-
get past me? I'm going to exterminate.
Can he?
And
He can squeeze in that little spot right there, I think. Looks like
I can get. He's like right here. I'm going to go through him and. Can I get around him?
Yeah. Since you're both small, yes.
Okay.
Sorry. Just to note though, that spider is still up.
How high?
Currently.
Hit like a jump kick.
You know it.
Look at him, Hitmonlee.
He'll bite it. Yeah.
If you miss, you'll keep flying and crash and take damage.
Win-win.
Hit him with the high jump kick.
best move ever.
Okay. The ceiling here is probably like, since you're out of the narrower section.
Sure.
Here it probably goes up about 20 feet high.
Oh my gosh! So he's still on the ceiling then?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's pretty high up.
Okay, just kidding. Yeah, he's not gonna try to kick the
The
guy.
substantially larger spider directly in front of you is lower though.
This
Zatu
one?
could reach him. Yep. No.
That.
Yes.
So,
Where's
so
this?
the two spiders are still up.
Well,
Or is
Well, one came down.
Okay.
The other one, but the one that was right in front of where you moved. Zatu too.
Zatuo is going to attempt to. Can I get in a position to attack this one with Zatuo? It's 20 feet.
So technically, that one's not in your way because it's 20
Right.
feet up. So you should be able to walk around that one.
Yeah, no problem.
You could easily walk back here because there's a space right
It
there.
seems like a
and then you can
bad
walk
spot
back.
for him to be. Maybe not.
You could go there though. He's
Let's-
not wrong.
You could flank it right there.
It will flank it.
Someday I will have a map for you guys that doesn't end up with everyone in one corner.
Yeah.
We're gonna flank it, and he's gonna come around and
It's
draw.
hard to do with our party.
Fair.
He's gonna draw his long sword
Everything likes to attack those right from
and
the end.
attempt to slice the thorax of this arachnid.
Okay.
Heck yeah. Spider in it.
Oh no, natural 1.
You see just a blur of motion as Zatuo sprints past you. And he tries to do this like airborne spinning slash at the spider, but his feet get caught on the webs at the last minute.
Oh.
And
And then
and he instead stumbles and his sword just hits the wall of the cave.
he will take a key point to do patient defense as a bonus action.
Cool.
Smart.
All right. That was Zatua's turn. Next up is Bryn and Wickham. You guys tied with a 21.
I have 3 dexterity.
You can just decide who goes
Oh.
first. Yeah.
All right, so I'll start then. All right, I'm gonna start muttering an incantation, focusing on the large
2 attacks each turn.
spider,
Yep.
and cast blindness on it.
Okay.
Since it has 8 eyes, you have to cast it 4 times.
Wait, this one you're casting blindness on?
Yeah,
So what's-
yeah, just 4 eyes because there's 2 heads with 2 eyes.
you can only blind 2 at a time. Get wrecked.
Constitution 16.
Constitution
It's actually
saving throw of
2
16.
You're good, man.
Well, that natural 16 will do it. Go
Oh.
figure. You can feel your spell not take effect.
All right.
And the spider then locks eyes with you.
Can it tell? I feel like we've asked this before. If like you can tell when. You
I mean, if there's
resist a
somatic
spell.
components, like they're both verbal and somatic components to a spell.
All right, and then I'm going to.
Oh, sorry. Roll a d20 for me.
10.
Okay. I'm determined to like actually remember to do this.
And then
Don't worry about it.
I have no idea.
I'm not in on this one.
And then I'm going to welcome our new friend to the group and inspire him.
Ooh, what's that?
Nice.
You get 1d8 to use within the next 10 minutes on any ability check, saving throw, or attack roll.
Oh, sweet.
You just use whenever you feel like. Cool. Because you're going to do great, man. You're going to do just great.
Yes, can't wait to take all the hits.
Don't worry, I'll make sure that's me.
All right, that was Bryn's turn. What?
Do I feel like these mushrooms are something I could dispel?
Make either an Arcana or a Nature check.
Yes, I think both equally. I rolled 3.
You definitely know.
Did 3.
You think it might be possible, but you don't really have a good way to make a more educated guess than believing it to be possible.
Okay. Can I see the spiders? Any spiders? Am I actually around a corner, or can I see it down this crevice?
Can you? Sorry. So you're there.
Bongos.
Yeah. So sorry. So this path goes more or less more straight back than that. We just ran out of map.
I figured.
So yeah, you have line of sight down that narrow hall, and that's it. So you could see, you could see the one that's in front of Nihilist, but that's the only spider you could see from where you are, because that cave dips back in.
Okay.
So, oh, sorry. Yeah, there's like a wall there. It's just up on the wall. Yeah, it's just hard to make out there. All right.
And I'm going to Eldritch Blast, the one I can see.
Okay.
So
Ba-boom.
So you don't have sharpshooter.
Make out this.
It's true.
Does not
They
say
trained me out of saying it.
So this is going to be at 3/4 cover because you're shooting
Make out something.
past a bunch of your allies.
So it's going to be
It's going to be at cover.
cover. That's okay.
Attaboy.
That's a 19
I
without
don't know
cover.
if I should. She has before.
A 19 total.
Yeah.
Okay, that hits.
Okay. And the second attack. Natural 20.
That also hits. Go figure.
What are you hitting with?
So I just sort of like wave my arms around, and then just like each of my hands gets like this white and gray sort of colored energy in them, and I just like shove them both forward
Okay.
as I streak towards it.
Kaboom.
So there's one. 11 damage.
11.
Hit him with that max damage.
Double it.
No, he halved it.
That's 11 damage again for the crit.
That's still
Okay.
2 hits at 3/4 cover.
Yeah.
That's pretty
No, that was impressive.
pretty good.
So yeah, you hit it. This spider just square in the bulk of its like thorax region, and it is like part of it almost caves in from the force of this hit. It looks very, very wounded, but is hanging by a thread.
I'm just a carpenter. That's it.
I think
You hit the one hanging on the ceiling?
I hit whichever one I could see.
this one's in on
Okay,
on the
then
ground.
the one that fucked me up, okay.
All right, that was Wickham's turn. Next up, we have Eldith and Jimjar, who, being as far back as they are, they're both just going to go with their ranged weapons. Jimjar is far enough back, and he and his weapon are small now that this is going to be a disadvantage shot with his hand crossbow.
Okay, am I rolling for this?
Yes, but I think he only gets 2 melee attacks, so it's just the one. Or I think maybe does he have multi-attack? I don't remember.
He does not.
Okay.
But he said he's using his crossbow. Disadvantage, he said? Or
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
because he's past the range increment where he is.
Ooh, 4 on the disadvantage roll.
Okay, yeah, like a bolt shoots past all of you, but just ricochets off the side of the cave and actually gets like nested into a little bit of the webbing. Eldith is also going to pull out the longbow that she carries, and she's going to take a shot as well.
Disadvantage?
No, longbow has a longer range than a hand crossbow.
That is a 18 to hit.
An 18 to hit with cover does not hit.
Oh.
This is the same issue of like getting these projectiles past a narrow hallway full of
I
allies.
was a 19 and I hit, so.
Yeah. Go figure it at 14 AC.
So that works. Okay.
But yeah, just barely.
Okay.
Just barely misses.
Misses.
After them is Nihilist's turn.
Oh, as a bonus action, I'm gonna rage.
Hey!
You are a warlock. I was definitely doing the same thing. It was because I was passing the ironic.
I would like to rage.
Okay, and drawing your weapons in action?
No, so you get
One for
so you get your action, you get a bonus action. They're not interchangeable the way you could take quick actions as regular actions
Right,
in Pathfinder.
right.
They're
Yes.
not interchangeable.
Yes.
But you also get one free interacting with an object in a turn.
Flipping a
So
switch.
pulling out your axe, that'd be like your freebie for the round kind of thing.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
It's one of the nice things that 5e did was the fact that martial classes had to take quick draw and stuff to be able to pull out their weapons and get into it's a feat tax that you just want to pull your weapon out and fight stuff. Like they
Right.
just.
Why are we
It's a
so
nice
hard?
quality, right? It's a nice quality of life
If
improvement.
everyone has to take this feat, just like fake it somehow.
Right. So there's a feat that lets you do it for dual wielding that you can draw 2 weapons as your freebie kind
Yeah.
of thing. Like so that makes a little more sense.
But it
But
also lets you do bonus damage with your offhand. Does that too?
yes, that is
That's-
true.
that's cool.
Well, that's the fighting style. The feat doesn't do that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
Okay. So being reduced, that doesn't do anything to my attacks.
Nope.
To hit, it's only.
Only the damage.
Only
You're
the
still just as good at hitting things.
Okay. And then I'm going to do reckless attack.
Yes.
So
Okay.
I get advantage on my attacks, but then you get advantage against me.
Kaboom.
I'll attack.
Do it.
How about this thing?
Yeah.
Plus 8, 18. It's not enough. Right? Oh, that is enough.
This is melee, so there's no cover.
Yeah, let's go.
So
Nice.
after the bolts of energy hit it and just like pummel its exoskeleton a bit, you see Nihilus just takes the axe off of his back and just puts it into the stone wall through the spider and just like and crushes it all the rest of the way, and that
that's
spider
amazing.
is dead.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like nodding. Talking about
This guy fucks.
Bash Bros. Okay.
Can I move as well?
Yes, you can,
Okay.
and you still have you can still take your second attack.
Oh, can I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well then, fuck this guy in particular.
Yeah, get it.
All right.
Or her. I
The
don't
big
know
one
what
or the
gender
one
it
on the
is.
wall that's like super high up?
I like the race. I don't know what gender it is. We're not racist.
Well, not racist or sexist because it's a spider something.
Okay, 25.
To hit the other little one or the big one?
Big old one.
The big old one. A 25 is good enough to
Better.
hit. Go figure.
Better be good enough.
I was worried he was serious, and I was like, oh, crap.
Okay, so
What?
plus 2 melee to strength.
No, when he said 25 is...
So D8,
Like,
which is a lovely one.
That would be
It's okay. You can't do less than 1 damage with a hit.
6. So then D4. Oh, so 5 damage.
Okay.
Minimum
Yeah,
damage.
you
So sad.
you start your turn off just like annihilating that first spider on the wall and just charge at the huge one dead ahead, and you're able to like wound one of its legs a little bit, but it's not that big of a hit, and this thing is clearly more serious business than the other ones. Sorry, 5 damage to that one.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Anything else? No, you raged as a bonus action, so I think that does it.
Yep.
Cool. After Nihilist is Yormik.
Okay.
To you, Mr. Brewmantle.
Is there gonna be room? Is there room next to?
I think I can. I want to get up to like be able to see stuff. Does seem like right. I was right behind Nero to start.
Yeah. He's small, so he doesn't take like you guys don't take up.
As much of the square.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Sweet. I will be there.
Okay.
And I don't like the idea of this thing on the wall, so I'm going to firebolt the one on the wall.
Yeah, Yormik.
Okay.
Our good old pyromaniac.
I like to. Oh, come on. 13. That's terrible.
A 13 is not going to do it. Your firebolt. You also sort of are caught off balance by the fact that like the webbing that sort of covers a good majority of this cave once it opens up. It's kind of like it's like sticky and slick at the same time. So when you try and pick up your feet, it sort of grabs a little bit. But when you tried to plant and shoot your firebolt off, your foot slid and it missed just wide left.
Seeing the spider dead and your axe like having spider entrails on it. I'm usually much better than this.
I am so embarrassed.
And I'm gonna sit there and await my death by spider.
Okay. So the spider up on the wall that you just launched a fireball at is actually going to. It's going to fire its web at Zatuo.
Fire. It's assistant.
17 is what you're looking for.
Okay, I got a natural 15 for a 20 to hit.
Oh, wait, disadvantage for dodge. Patient defense.
Right, yeah. Good call.
Yeah, I'll use advantage.
Natural 16 on the other one.
Oh!
Still good.
Wait.
We can't even verify his roll.
This
He's behind
spider.
him. He's cheating.
Oh, that
I
little
know.
guy?
That's what I'm
That's
thinking.
fine.
Why would he have that thing on?
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
So it's also, it's not,
You're cutting
so
him.
it's an attack roll, but it's firing its web at him. It's not like chomping on him. Just throwing that out there. So Zatuo is restrained for the time being.
I don't know what that
basically-
means, but
Basically, just this huge amount of like
Dang.
Spider-Man like web spray like launches out of this spider and pretty much just roots him to the ground in the spot that he's at.
Sounds like what Bryn does.
So as an action on Zatuo's turn, he'll be able to take an action to do a strength check to try and bust out. Sweet. Or like attack the webbing or whatever.
Sweet.
Okay.
To the ground.
So that was Spider numero uno.
Big daddy. Oh, yikes.
Spider numero tres comes around this corner and is also going to launch its webbing, this time at Nihilist. And this is an advantage because you reckless attacked.
Correct.
17 plus 5 is 22.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, you are also like almost cemented in place from this crazy amount of web that the spider launches at you
Okay.
from across the tunnel. Basically, you just can't move for the moment, and attack rolls have advantage against you, which they already did because you reckless attacked.
It's fine.
So, that is spider number 3, and now we are to the bottom of the order. Nero, you're up.
Yeah. Alright. So he's small, right? Is there enough space for me to get there next to you? Can I get next to him? In front of this thing's face?
Wait, I said that.
You could probably squeeze.
Alright.
Bop.
So, at this point, you know I can't be showed up by no
Please.
part lycanthrope. so just like thinking about how I ended up down here and how I'm like fighting alongside a lycanthrope after being bested by that group, and this just big freaking freaky another two-headed thing in front of me. I'm just like, I'm taking out everything on this stupid spider. And I'm gonna definitely channel divinity, vow of enmity. This thing's going down.
Is that like a smite ability, basically?
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah. Are we supposed to
Like
make
gets
it?
advantage, I think.
Well, I'll let you know if I hit.
Oh,
So
no.
bad.
Oh, no.
Plus 7 though. So 16 for the first attack.
16 hits.
Ooh, nice.
You know we're spending level 2 spell slot for the Divine Smite.
Oh, this is like a magus. You can like channel your spell into you.
Yeah, you know the spell slots.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Love it.
Paladins in 5e are pretty sweet.
That's sweet chunks. Does he?
Yeah, big time.
So
Look at all these dice.
you get an extra
Especially
D8,
one
I think.
after he rolls
if I go
his
to the
two,
extra
it's-
level.
This class ability.
Divine Smite. Yeah, so an
I
extra
think it's just the
D8.
martial ability, right? Like two-handed focus.
Oh, we're just rolls.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
Great
it's his.
Weapon Master.
You'll see, you'll see.
Yeah,
So, well,
yeah,
hopefully
it is.
not, actually.
Well, wait, he doesn't have Great Weapon Master. He has. Wait, you took that
we
feat?
won't see.
No, so I have what is it?
Great Weapon
two
Focus.
hands.
So there's Great Weapon Master, which is like what Grog has. It's like
Okay,
plus
yeah,
10 to
maybe I'm
damage or
making
something.
good. So it's
But yeah, it's just he
There's
can
a
reroll
two-
1s and 2s on
Yeah.
his giant weapon attacks,
There's a
basically.
2 out there.
And he rolls
Yeah.
2d6 for
Yeah, I
his
think-
no,
great
no,
sword.
but that's
Oh.
a smite one. These are
Yeah.
a sword. So that's 10, 14 divine damage and 8 plus 4, 12 slashing damage. So 26
Total? 26 total.
on the first attack.
Yeah. So you see, you see Nero clumsily run up beside you, and just with one massive swing of this sword, subtract your d4s.
Ooh. One attack.
Or yeah, just one
26
d4.
damage, right?
26 minus
the barbarian that we
d4.
played. This reminds me
4.
of this.
So 22.
I hit with both attacks of mine. I hit one, I crit the other one. I hit 22.
So you see Nero just come up and with his greatsword just take 2 of the legs of this spider and just chop them clean off.
Is he medium sized yet?
No.
Second
I think
attack.
he means the spider.
Yeah, and go ahead and roll your second attack. 17
24.
plus, yeah, definitely hits.
We'll go just a level 1 divine smite this time.
Take it easy on him.
Take
Yeah.
it easy on.
Have mercy.
That's 2 ones.
That's why that's really powerful.
Wow. Wow.
It just added 6
Nine.
more damage onto this attack.
9.
Just like on every attack.
13 slashing
So good.
and
So good.
6 divine, so 19
Minus
1.
Especially if
18.
your D's are small.
18.
I mean, his knees are.
Yeah, but if he's like a D4, there's a 50% chance of
Yeah.
which is like
So after
sick.
after taking off 2 of the legs of this like giant 2-headed spider monstrosity, he comes back with an upswing of this huge sword and just leaves an enormous gash through the front, like the chest portion of the spider.
Chesticle.
Yeah, it's like this is thorax. I don't know. This is- whatever it is, when it's like kind of a spider and also kind of something else too. It is still up. It's pretty heavily wounded, but it's still up.
Is it talking at all?
Wait, what?
Is it talking at all?
No
No.
talking, only death.
Right, like the normal creepy chittering that you'd expect from spiders, from enormous spiders. Which brings us to the top of the order, and
He probably didn't like that.
the Spider King.
I wish there was
Spoiler, it's the king, guys. Spoilers.
Is there a place to mark spell suspended?
Yes, on your spell list, there's little dots. It's pretty small though.
Oh, I thought those were the prepared.
They are.
It says slots at the very top. It
So
says like
He's a prepared caster. I don't know if that.
Oh wow, those are tiny. You're right.
Well, those are dots.
I just
dots,
did
O's.
this.
those are O's.
Do I just do that?
So this Spider King is going to back away from you,
Yeah, you best one.
but he's going to.
Do it sexually.
Oh yeah.
Look at that thorax though.
No, I at the end of lot 2, I can just read the DM's mind. I know what he's gonna say
So
before he says it.
how do opportunity attacks work here?
We both get
Once they
one.
move
When it
on-
leaves your
disengaging?
threat range. Yeah, so no, it's taking its turn to disengage.
Oh,
It just took a massive chunk of damage in the last turn.
But-
And it's going to turn tail and move back away from you guys, but also up the wall again.
If it,
How
if
far
it
can I
jams
go
its
up
straight-
the wall?
So it has a climbing speed of 30 feet, so it's going to move like diagonal 30 feet up.
So,
So
like, if it leaves
it's
your
probably...
Right, so
Because it was already
this
sort
is
of
you
on the
and
side of the
it's
wall as it
going,
was,
like,
so it's probably
from
about
here
30
to
feet
over here,
up.
it's fine. For when it actually steps
got you.
outside.
Bring it
I
down.
mean,
A little different.
right.
It lost.
in your threat
Ah,
zone?
man. So it lost 2 of its legs, but it's still alright.
I mean, it's not even standing
it's-
on all 6 right here.
Man can dream.
Look,
I kinda
man,
like
it's
it.
it's mostly a
Combat
spider.
can be
Spiders
over
have a climb speed, and it literally has the ability spider climb.
I guess we can't deny
Or it just doesn't have to. Go
Go
figure.
I'm bullshit.
Okay, that was the Spider
But it's half
King's pathetic
human, so
excuse for a
shouldn't it
turn.
also have human bodies?
Zatuo is up again,
It's just like
and Zatuo is
this big
restrained.
body
He
and
will
it's
use
just
his
using
action
its
to
arms.
free himself.
Like,
You need to roll a
yeah,
strength
just
check,
like can't figure
He has
it out.
disadvantage on
or you can attack.
Only
The
16
weapon.
Spider-Man ability right now.
I think he'll try to just attack it. That makes more sense.
Okay,
He's already going to sort out.
yep, roll an attack for it. So this attack is a disadvantage because he's restrained.
First one was a 9, and I just rolled 2 dice, so I'm going to redo this. That's higher. Or no, it's not. It's a 2. So it is a 9.
A 9. So he hacks. He spends his turn hacking at the webbing.
Sorry, a 10, if that makes a difference.
It's a little more productive. Make a second attack against the web.
Hey, 10 again.
Yeah, so he's able to use his attacks and sort of take wrists. The first one's like a wrist slash that sort of frees up his arm a little bit more, and the second time he's actually able to take a real swing through it and free the rest of himself. And he is no longer restrained, but has used his action for the turn.
He is gonna... Can I make a perception check to see if there are any other spiders coming down the hallway?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
He rolled a 17. Pretty good. He's got a lot.
Yeah, that's well over a 20. So currently, so he only sees the 3 spiders that are on the map.
Got it.
And the dead one, but
He'll take another step back here as well, just to avoid the webbing.
okay.
Any spells?
All right. After Zatuo, it is Bryn's turn. Bryn and Wickham, you guys get to pick again if.
Oh, you can audible
But I should have.
every round? That's sweet.
I should have went.
That's cool.
We get to choose who goes first. Do you want me to go first? I'm gonna pull out the Wand of Magic Missile.
The only caveat here is you got to pick fast.
I'm gonna pull out the Wand of Magic Missile and
Do
use
it.
1 charge.
Okay.
7.
At who?
Do it.
At the big
The big
Spytar.
2-headed Kahuna.
Big
All right. Go ahead and roll your d4s.
Can you? Did he move
did
up?
not to
Bryn
be a-
move up? Bryn needs to move up.
Yeah, you
Oh.
can't see him.
Because he can't
Yeah,
see.
sorry, Bryn. So I mean, you can just do it, but you have to move so you can
Oh,
actually
yeah.
see him first.
Yeah, I'll walk forward. That's fine.
Probably
13.
about 5 spaces.
13 points of damage. Yeah, you see these again. The spectral missiles launch from the end of the wand and all coincide and strike the Spider King all together for good damage, but he's still scurrying away. You said that was 13 total?
Kill it!
Yes.
You said that was 13 total, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Wickham.
See, I can help heal.
Yeah. I'm gonna run up and try and kill it.
Do it.
His move Wickham up, so he's in striking range of the Bale of Spire. That looks hurt. And
I think I see where this
Health
is
potion
going.
on the
And
wall.
I'm gonna double Ultra Blast him. First attack.
What is this, amateur hour?
15.
A 15 just hits.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I almost used
Like,
the
do I
inspiration.
use it?
I almost used it. I can't add that to damage, right?
Oh,
No, you
okay,
can
so
subtract it from there.
Is it damage?
Yeah, because that's the cutting words
Anything?
thing.
I don't think it's damage. I can subtract damage,
Because that's your lore bard cutting words ability.
but
That's
you
just a
can't-
different use for
you
the
can't
die.
add damage
So it's
with
only
it.
to hit or skill checks.
And
saving
saving throws.
Yeah.
Yep.
But unfortunately, I can't use it to detract from their saves.
Dude, that'd be so
be so
powerful. Lore bards would just be the most powerful thing. Okay.
That's going to be 12 damage. The first one.
12 damage. Second one.
Second one. Oh, damn it. There's no, this isn't going to save that one. It's a natural one.
Wait,
It
what's
falls
your
dead
plus?
anyways.
Oh, there you go.
Phew.
There you go.
What's
What's your modifier?
Does it land on the other one?
9.
Yeah.
No, that one's up on the wall also.
Name a natural one. This is not.
Are they all up on the
Does
wall
it
now?
in this?
At this point, yes.
A natural one on that thing. This is right. There's no saving it.
Yeah.
Right, like a natural 20 auto hits regardless of even if it had 40,000
So the reason
AC.
he inspired me because when this thing dies, like part of its life force just kind of like drifts through the tunnel and just like gets sucked into me.
Yeah, your natural one. So the first blast of Eldritch energy hits the Spider King, and he starts to fall. So your second one just goes right where he was.
I would have hit him. Definitely would have.
Absolutely.
Absolutely would have.
No doubt about
He
it.
fell down. Not my fault.
DED dead.
Not your fault.
So now Jim Jar and Eldith are also gonna move up, I guess.
So how much
I could shoot the one on the wall.
10 HP.
Is it just
It's kind of crowded where you all are.
It is based on my level plus my charisma.
But this one's on the wall right in front of them.
Yeah.
Charisma's not going anywhere. 20.
Wait, no, they can't.
Levels in
There's a
numbers,
little
yeah.
like divot though still.
He's like,
And it's
on
also
the-
way
He's
up.
on the wall. We moved him
Pretty much like
into the
the-
divot so that
the-
he would
the
like people
peak.
could walk.
It's like
through.
on the. He's on the divot.
helpful.
Oh,
It's the most
okay.
powerful right now.
Sure. So yeah, go ahead and roll some attacks for Jim Jar and Eldith at the spider that they can
the
see.
lines here so that I can totally put the numbers here that I need to write.
Jim Jar.
Yeah.
E. Eldith. Is that.
Too wet, not enough for us.
Oh, it's Ellis and Jim Jar's turn?
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
Uh,
Roll some attacks for them. They're gonna fire at the giant spider that they can see.
Let's do Jim Jar first. 3.
Good shot.
Which is going to miss. He only gets 1 attack.
You say good shot.
Yeah.
And Eldith is going to do the longbow. So 8. 8 plus 5. 13. And the small spider, I'm guessing?
13 is no good.
Sorry, guys.
They get
I
closer.
only roll Will's Wickham. I'm sorry.
Yup. All right,
We know where your
Nihilist,
lies.
you're up again.
Okay.
I just want to
Interacting with the restraining web is what kind of action?
So you can either make a strength check to try and just like bust out of it, or you can attack it to
Both those
hack
cost
it
me
away.
Action, I'm assuming. Like just regular actions.
Yeah. So if you use the attack action, you
No, how's
get
it?
2 attacks for it since you're past level 5.
Right, right.
So that is probably
The better
a
choice.
better idea, I guess.
I was trying
Okay.
to write with it earlier. and I was
All
like-
right.
I like twisted. I was like messing with
It's
everything.
just super nice, though.
I'll do that.
Amazon erase.
Yeah.
Can I see? Actually, can I just see the spider behind me on the wall?
Yes, but it's also about 20 feet up at the moment.
For D&D stuff.
Fine.
Is it like
Uh,
lead or is it?
So
just
I
like a
can
hard
grab my
eraser?
javelin out of
Okay.
my quiver,
He's what he's I just
chuck it up there.
Do it. Nice.
not super smooth.
So this attack. So if you reckless this, you can do a straight roll, but because you're still
Right.
restrained, this attack's a disadvantage unless you reckless.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if you can use
actually,
reckless on a non-melee attack.
How about this? How about I'll attack the web first. Like 2 attacks. I'll just chuck it.
Oh, yeah, no, that works.
Let's do that.
Just don't miss the web.
Yeah. Okay. That's a 7 plus 6, 13.
Yeah, you have no problem just taking your axe and just hacking through
Okay.
the brunt of what was holding you there.
It's not restrained anymore.
Yeah, no, you're done being restrained.
Okay, cool.
Whirlwind motion. He chucks his axe.
Cocaine, motherfucker!
Yes, I'll pull a javelin out and I'll throw it.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I have javelins. I forgot.
So are you dropping your axe for the moment?
Oh, yeah.
It's because you have the bad arm.
Yeah. I mean, that's free, right? Just dropping. An axe.
Yeah, you just let it go and that's nothing, and then pulling
Yeah.
out the javelin is like your free
Sure.
object interaction then.
I'm gonna use this. What is it?
6. That's
Get-
big.
9,
That's the biggest
6,
javelin.
15.
15 just hits.
Bingo.
Beautiful.
Good job. Thanks, man.
No problem.
4.
It was inside you all along.
That's 4. No, fucking 3 damage, man.
Wow.
Come on.
So yeah, this javelin, you throw it and it makes contact, but it doesn't you don't pierce it. It just slashes pretty badly at one of its arm shoulder joints as it goes past.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's it then.
You can move again now because you're not restrained anymore.
And I think I'm probably fine where I am.
Okay.
Yeah,
After Nihilist is Yormik.
I would like to twin firebolt at the 2 spiders. Can I do that?
Yes, you can.
You can cast a spell.
You can cast 2 cantrips when you have Quicken.
Sweet.
Well, okay, so this isn't Quicken, this is Twin, but yeah. Meta magic for sorcerers.
Sweet. Okay.
It's one's a natural 20.
Whew.
So that'll be up on the wall. And 10 plus 8, 18 to hit the far one.
Yeah, an 18's good.
Sweet.
Yeah, you weren't restrained, right?
No.
you weren't. Yeah, so go ahead and roll your damage for your crit.
Oh, that sucks. 3 plus 9, 12 for the crit.
Okay.
So the dude on the wall up there. And then the one that's far away, 6.
6 total.
That
Okay.
was exceedingly below average.
Yeah, no, that was an unfortunate crit.
Oh.
No, but both of your blasts of fire, as you sort of curve and fire them both simultaneously, they both make contact and do decent damage. The one that is closest to all of you and your allies at this point is fairly injured and very singed all over, but still remains up on the wall.
You're just you're trying to hurt yourself.
And after that, it is their turns.
I need it.
So
Taunt the spider.
numero uno. Is that this guy?
Yeah.
He's a little popular.
Yeah, so he's going to come straight down the wall and attack Brent.
Hey.
What? Why? Okay.
Ask the spider.
17 total to hit you?
Oh man, cutting words there.
Okay.
I was gonna say this seems like a
Get away from me! I give you -3. Stupid spider. Too many
Minus 3,
legs.
so
That's what I say.
14 doesn't hit you, I assume?
It does
So
not.
while the spider swings,
I have 16 armor, so I was pretty confident.
Right. You just needed not a 1.
That one would have just killed me.
Okay, yeah, no, it misses.
So if you meet armor class, you hit.
Yes. Tie goes to the roller. And then the other spider further down the hall
Sorry.
is going to fire its web at Nero.
From the wall.
Yep. That is a grand total of 15 to
I
hit you.
think not. This is the first fight I've
So-
ever been hit.
No.
Your armor, ever amazing at keeping itself clean.
It does do that.
The cleanliness magic just is like get off of it. Just don't even try.
Armor of gleaming, baby.
And it is your turn.
Ooh, you swung at my drunk little brother figure.
No, it was the one further down the hall that shot web at you.
Swung at him though.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
So Nero's backtracking over here.
I need a two-way mirror DM screen.
Right.
Just like see through it and see the whole board.
I'm gonna take 2 swings at this sap.
And him.
That's a 20.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Oi.
7
11
plus
damage.
11 damage. You come up and just like on this one, just chop half the legs off of this spider, and it falls off the wall, dead.
So I don't know if I'll be allowed to do this, but could I drop my sword and just wheel around and chuck a javelin at this one?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's exactly
My
what he
second
just
attack.
did. Yeah,
Yeah, drop him.
trying
Yeah.
to show off here.
Do you need to drop your sword?
What's that?
Would you need to drop your sword?
I probably don't.
Well, you two. Well,
You can
I guess
hold
not technically. Yeah, you
hold
can
your
still hold
weapon.
it.
You just can't-
Alright,
The only
well,
reason I made him drop it is because
he has
he's
a bum
yeah.
arm. Yeah.
And plus, I hold it to with my hand. It's
Yeah.
not like attached like a buckler.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'll
definitely
just
your war weapon.
whip around and throw
I wish I
the
could
javelin.
But
All right. Roll your attack.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Gosh.
Jam.
do it.
which Irish is
Do it.
Wait, can I divine smite on a javelin throw?
Almost certainly. I'm pretty sure you can divine smite range
No, it's
attacks.
melee attack.
Oh
So
man.
sad. Doubling.
You like throw it and it just starts glowing.
It's so sad.
Slow
I'm so
motion.
sad. It's 1d6. Right?
Yeah, 1d6 plus your strength.
That
Minus
is
the D4.
5. Oh yeah, minus the d4 on my attack on the spider though. If it matters. Minus 3.
So instead of chucking the javelin, you can instead actually finish off the first spider, who the d4 actually would have made a difference for because he had exactly 11.
Alright, well, in that case, let me roll 4d6 on my natural 20 to really cleave this spider. Any ones? Twice in a row. That's alright.
What are the
20
can't roll
damage.
rerolls.
20 damage. Yeah, no. Spider numero uno is very, very dead. And with that, it is back to Zatuo at the top.
Touches my drunk buddy.
Zatuo.
He
How
didn't
far
touch him.
ahead? How far out can Zatuo get?
Tried.
Tell the spider off.
He
The
tried.
spider came down, like almost hit me. And
I don't know.
was like,
You tell me his
"Stop."
movement.
Like,
You have
"Oh,
a sheet.
sorry."
I
And
think
Nero
it's-
just runs up, "Don't touch him!" He's like, "I didn't."
I believe it's 40 feet.
I like,
yelling at me.
I like to
But aren't
think
we
that
half
Bryn,
speed
when the
since we're
spider was
small?
coming at him, was actually just trying to sneak a drink of his alcohol.
Yeah,
Like-
half
like
40
the-
foot
the
smooth
light
bit
comes
speed,
up
but
and
we're
I'm
at half speed, right?
Yeah. And you're like, what?
40 feet? Yeah. What about half
We're
speed?
Drunken martial
small.
arts.
He just wins the whole side.
No, it doesn't slow you down, I don't
This
think.
always happens.
Okay, he's gonna go.
I saw him do it.
He's
and
gonna
I was
go
like, this
try
guy's a
to.
genius.
He's gonna use Charger
Rolls in half.
to attack this spider at the end of a dash. Gonna dash up there and charge.
So it's up in the air.
Oh, it is.
However, I will let
And it's
Zatuo
every time
attempt
it
an
rolls,
acrobatics
it's
check.
not-
Yes.
Since this hallway is pretty narrow,
Give it a shot.
to like step,
Wall
step,
jump?
step. Yeah. So roll 3 acrobatics checks for me.
That's absolutely average, but I think this is gonna be okay. 17.
Mm-hmm.
16.
Uh huh.
22.
Okay.
Yes,
I was 15
love
every
Zatuo.
step, and he's just 17 and 16. I'm like, whoo, that's close. No, you guys see Zatuo just sprint up to the spider and just like step, 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 and then just make his charge attack at the end of it.
Heck yes. Okay.
So I think the only one who like one turn hits as hard as me potentially is Zatuo because he can hit 3 times.
So he is gonna take
Is that
the
Anthony's
push the
character?
target
Yeah.
10 feet away from you
Right.
instead of the +5 to attempt to knock the
Easy
spider
eyes
off the
roll.
wall. You can either take +5 or push it 10 feet
So
away.
Oh, okay.
those
So you
things
try to
that-
knock it off
that
the
we've
wall.
done,
Yes.
so my favorite was
You rolled a
yeah,
16
That
plus.
definitely
Okay,
hits.
like
Yeah.
10-foot
Is there a save for the other part?
acid, basically,
It says
and
shove.
has this,
If you
like,
choose to shove and
you can
succeed, so I'm
him
guessing
and
there's a
attack to
strength.
push
Yeah, so it's like a grapple check.
and
So
he-
roll an
he,
athletics
like,
check.
ran behind him and shoved him
Disadvantage.
into the gelatinous cube.
That's not great.
And then it just looks like
athletics,
it looks like some amounts of
9.
acid damage, like 46 or 66 or something. And it has, like,
Natural
this, like,
17. No, so the shove's not going to work. But your attack still lands. So go ahead and roll the damage for that.
Yeah.
7 minus
The only issue with the rule is one
3,
10
4.
cube and 2
4
he
damage.
moves
That's it for
forward.
damage?
There's like 5 splashing damage.
So he's
Or slashing
super
damage,
slow,
yeah.
So we don't usually bring him.
Does he has a +4 to damage.
He's so good at
Right, the sword's +5. You rolled a 3 on the 1d8.
Because he's also clear.
And then
We
got
have to
minus
make, like,
3.
Perception.
Okay, so 5 total?
Yeah.
It's like,
Alright.
I think it's like an 18.
Yeah, so he wall runs up and makes a sweet, badass slash at the end of it before
So
slow falling back down to the ground. Bryn, you are up.
The only entrance with
Oh, are we down to that one spider?
Yep.
Yeah.
Magic missile it.
All right, cool.
8 charges.
Does it look pretty?
It's wounded, but it's not too bad.
Okay.
It's been hit a couple times, but it doesn't look particularly near death.
We'll use 3 charges.
3 charges, okay.
It has 7 charges. If you use the last one, you have a 5% chance of the wand exploding. We never do it though.
We like the wand.
Alright, so 2, 5, 7,
It's Bryn's best damage source.
10, 14,
That is true.
You 3rd level?
21.
You say 3rd level?
Yeah.
It's only 5d4.
Oh, my bad.
Just reroll the second 3 that you did. I don't
Those
know.
2, yeah, reroll 2 of
Or
those.
whatever's easiest. You
I'm
can
just gonna
reroll it all.
because
That's,
I don't
yeah.
remember
how about
where
you
I
just
was.
roll a
That's
d4
fine.
and then just subtract that one?
Oh, and actually, no, I'm a moron. Because the way that spell actually works is you roll a d4 and all the missiles do the same amount of damage.
Oh, really?
Yes. That's why evocation wizards are incredible.
Okay.
I'll explain it in a sec.
So, do we want to do it that way now, or
Yeah, just roll 1d4.
Okay. 4?
This thing, it just gets blasted off the wall and is very, very dead. And that is all for combat.
Sorry. Sorry.
non-combat mini returns.
He's back. Oh god.
You take your helmet off real fast when combat's over. Like, you're like, you kill an enemy and you're like, that's
Sweating.
I have a lot of hair.
I have a lot
I
of
have to
hair.
let the hair out, man.
You always know when we kill the last enemy. There's never like one hiding on the corner. That's what sense.
That would be hilarious.
You're the kind of person that gets shot in the
And
face
then,
at
like,
paintball because they're pretty sure it's
bring
over.
combat back out.
No, it's actually, like,
So
Black
here you
Panther
are
or just-
in a web-covered
Is that cool?
little cavern.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm gonna go look at the big one.
Also, sorry, one sec.
Nope, yeah.
Evocation Wizard, they get a class feature that says they get to add their intelligence modifier to a single damage roll of an evocation spell,
Yeah.
and Magic Missile is a single damage roll. So instead of a D4 plus 1 for each dart. It's a D4 plus, if you max out your intelligence, it's a D4 plus 6 times the number of missiles.
Good lord.
Yeah. They also get the ability to, they get overchannel as an ability at level 14, which lets them maximize the roll portion. So once they're level 14, they can just be like, magic missile 70 force damage to you.
I don't miss, and it is force damage. So you're taking it all.
Yeah.
There
I have
is.
shield on. Fuck.
I also looked it up, and obviously, like different
Right.
campaigns and stuff, you can have different monsters with different special abilities, and if it's a problem, obviously your DM will find a way to deal with it. There's only like one creature that actually exists currently that resists or is immune to force damage, I think.
Yeah, I mean, like,
It's crazy.
A totem. Well, yeah, never mind.
Very few things resist it at all, and so you just have this like uber finger of death type spell
Right.
without the undead part. Yeah, so the reason I think that would be super cool to play is because you're like, sweet, I have my damage spell, and now I just get to pick everything else that's cool.
Just all of the ones arcane as well.
Like a few others, but yeah, you just get so much more
You have to wait
to pick for utility things
Yeah.
instead of
You
like,
can take,
well, I need
really
fireball.
obscure spells.
Mm-hmm. All right, so here you are. Let me switch the view back.
All right. I think I figured out what killed Abraxas.
Hopefully.
And I think I figured out what killed the spiders. That's us.
Already love it.
Awkward new Brit humor.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
It's been a while. It's good to be back.
Is it like sweet under that thing?
Under.
Don't you have trouble like breathing without that giant thing?
Comes off sometimes if I need it to.
All right. So what do we see in? Well, you said I was gonna look at the body, right?
I was gonna look at the big thing.
Okay.
Brandon, we should.
Yeah, so if someone's just, if you guys are going to like sort of slowly look around this cavern,
Yeah.
do an investigation check for that.
Yep.
Or if you're just going to like sort of give it a brief once over, just do a perception check. And
I'm
then
gonna
you roll
invest-
investigation for checking out the
Yeah, I'm gonna look
creature.
Yeah.
Okay, for you, I want you to roll a religion check actually for this.
to see if I know what this is
Uh,
or the area.
just
Just roll it.
yeah,
Natural.
Oh, you
natural 20.
Man, I
Okay.
am on tonight.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Usually I roll garbage.
5.
Yeah, you're rolling.
You should be here every time.
I know.
So you see this crazy two-headed spider creature. It's clearly unnatural. It also doesn't have any like possessions or anything. It's not wasn't wearing clothes, wasn't wielding anything.
Gotcha.
So you don't really find much in that respect. Nero, you on the other hand, are familiar with. Well, familiar might be a strong term, but the effect of something like the long-term exposure to the Phaserus or something like that, as well as other arcane or demonic type influences, have been known to sort of cause strange transformations to occur, or like, because this is clearly it like most of the body portion looks like these other giant spiders, but obviously the like humanoidish torso and 2 heads sticking out of it are anything but giant spider.
Yeah.
And so you suspect that there was some sort of like the essence of this creature was almost just like irrevocably tainted, and it caused this transformation to occur.
This thing looks weird even for down here.
Welcome to typical
Our past few weeks.
So
typical day in the past few weeks.
if you leave your spider thing in the yellow haze for a while, can it be one of those?
Hell if I know, never tried.
If we stay here for a while, do we grow a second head?
Maybe.
Let's not find out.
What's the worst that could happen?
Second head, I
You
think.
could grow a second head.
And I'll have to kill you.
Oh yeah, Eldith speaks with a little bit of a Scottish accent, and Jim Jar like kind of talks like a little skeevy dude, you know, just like
Yeah,
just sketchy enough that you wouldn't trust him with your life, probably.
but we actually would.
But you actually probably would, just given everything that's
We met
happened.
him in prison.
Great guy though, really great guy.
Yeah.
He gave me this tattoo. No, just kidding.
If I take a jar and I kind of swish it through the air and I cap it real quick,
Gems.
can I fill it with the phasers?
I think you guys have actually tried this
tried that.
before, and
He
no, you
hasn't.
cannot.
Oh,
That's
okay.
true. You wouldn't have been with them when they tried it, but no. So the Phaserus seems to. So opening the jar and everything, the Phaserus, similar to everywhere else around you, is sort of like in the jar, and you close it, and it's still sort of looks like it's there, but there's not. It's not really a thing. It's not.
Maybe.
There's no physicality to it.
Okay, that's fair.
All right.
So I
No, go ahead.
rolled 23 in my investigation check.
On your investigation check.
Looking for
Uh,
anything interesting or specifically the egg in this area.
around like the whole cavern.
Pretty much, yeah.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. No. So you take a few minutes and sort of investigate this web covered area. Aside from the corpses of the creatures you've killed in here, you find quite a few other like remains or webbed up creatures or that sort of thing. Clearly, this was the home of these creatures, and they seem to sort of live here as their lair and hunt and eat. Lived here, ate here, captured dinner here. But you don't find anything unnatural in that sense, aside from the one very messed up spider. This could have just this otherwise could have just been the home to a nest of giant spiders.
And does this go somewhere?
Yes it does. It actually a little bit past the end of that, it actually forks left and right.
Left. I didn't find shit down here.
Do we? If I look around, can I see if I see the body of the gardener in here anywhere?
The Bob Gardener. You heard me.
Sure, you roll an investigation check for that.
4.
If it's here, it's not recognizable to you.
Gotcha.
So you were the one sort of investigating the cavern as a whole. So you would notice that when you got to that end where it forks both left and right, that both tunnels, so they sort of split apart, but they both curve this direction, at least initially. Like you obviously can't see past the first turn.
The same direction.
It would appear that way, yes.
Positive. The same place.
Mhm.
Maybe not. Alright. Did you guys find anything interesting about that big old two-headed monstrosity over there?
It had 2 heads.
I saw that.
That was like textbook Yorman. Just
Yeah.
very plainly obvious fact. What did you find out? It's got 2 heads. Meanwhile,
Wow.
Nero can like tell you a novel, or sort of be like, oh yeah, no, I've encountered weird shit like this
Yeah.
before.
So I'll like relay that information to them about how creatures exposed to demonic presences such as like the Phaserus are like have been known to occasionally undergo perversions such as this.
Yeah.
I ain't no pervert.
Give it time.
He is only 17.
Well, that's good to know, so that, aside from going apeshit crazy, there's also get double the crazy. Let's get 2 heads. Are we getting out here?
We want to go down that other tunnel?
Let's
Yes.
keep going that way.
Okay.
You okay, Bryn?
Yeah.
We saw a spider come at you. We're good there.
Yeah, I told it not to, and it didn't.
Oh, I should try that. It not work as well for me as it does for you, but I'll try it.
I bet it would work pretty well for you if you said it right.
On my turn, maybe. What does that mean? I don't know. I'm the means. Alright.
When I feel like it.
Fucking
Eldith just says to Nihilist, like, hey, you all right?
Well, I could be a little better. As, like, blood's, like, dripping down. Like, my
Right, just
torso.
this huge, like, wound in your shoulder
Yeah.
from where the spider bit you. And
Whatever,
it-
you fine? You okay?
I'll be okay.
I'll toss you a healing potion.
Ooh.
Can I look for any more big
Was that good?
Potion of healing.
How much did I give me?
2d4 plus 2.
4 plus 2.
Yeah, go ahead and
Is
roll.
that like 4 crap loads?
Go ahead and roll a survival check.
That's big.
9.
1.
Son.
Average.
7.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's none in the immediate vicinity in the web part, but both sides of
Gotta be
that
at something,
fork
right?
off of the end of it do have a little bit of fungal growth in there, and you're able to find one real tiny patch that just has like 3 pygmy ore mushrooms in it.
I hand them to Nero.
Nero is our shroom carrier.
Mushroom guy.
But ironically, not the good ones.
I keep a very specific. Also, if I ever come by any of the shrooms that I'm carrying in the wild, you let me know. I'll be.
I'll let you know.
Always watching, Wazowski. Always watching.
Always watching.
Okay, you now need to play whatever your extra life thing is with that voice.
Oh my god.
Please. What's your character name? My character's name is Roz.
My name is Roz. I perpetually have a cold.
All right. So, you find a few pygmy wart mushrooms. And where to next?
Left.
Down the
To the
tunnel.
left, to the left.
Okay.
Not bad.
So the tunnel goes about 40 feet. It goes about 40 feet before it turns to your right. Still heading sort of approximately. What?
Sorry to you.
No. Just saying you're still heading in an approximately easterly direction, sort of away from the Grey Ghost hideout.
Okay. Did those two paths meet? Or have we not gone in yet?
So you reach the corner and you turn and you see that this tunnel continues in a direction.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see, at least immediately, any sort of reconnecting of the passage.
So
We go left or right?
we went left,
left.
and then it turned right,
Oh yeah.
but they did not meet up.
It's fine. I think it's fine. It's probably fine.
Okay, we'll keep going.
Yormik.
All right.
20.
So you guys head down
probably
this
fine.
tunnel, another
Love it.
this cave tunnel, another 100 feet. Still phasris suffused, still sort of just plain cavern wall. Nothing really catching your eye here. But after about 100 feet down this way, you emerge in basically a T. You're the stem of the T, and you hit a perpendicular tunnel to the one that you were in.
Left hand roll.
Left.
Yep.
Commit.
Just left the whole way around.
Do you know if the effect for the mushrooms that we're on is something that can be removed with magic?
I don't know. Do I?
I thought it might, but
So we
I thought
can
it
Would
might.
that be Arcana or?
So yeah, roll an Arcana check because you don't really know specifically about the mushrooms, but this would just sort of your knowledge of the ability of magic to remove sort of natural magical effects too, if that makes sense.
So not to scale, of course, but we came in. That's this. We came in there.
Your knowledge
We
checks are
took
just
the left route.
Don't you have advantage on investigation?
Turned right, and then it
it's
meant
kind of
T.
appropriate though, right? If he's
Yeah,
drunk.
your T's wrong though.
Well, but like just through
The
this
T
whole
is the
campaign,
stem of
I'm a
your
lore
current
bard,
T.
and like anytime I roll a knowledge
Oh.
check, I have no
So like,
idea.
it's a T.
It's like,
where
do you know
it
about
keeps going
dragons?
Straight, and then there's
What?
left.
What's a dragon? Is that like a
That's not
dog?
there.
Like furry stays
yeah,
in your
the T
house?
is that.
Oh yeah,
flat
they're like
part.
swamps,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
That way.
Scaly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They live under
Okay.
bridges.
Sorry, what'd you roll?
I rolled I got 4 total. It was a natural one.
Yeah, you
The
have
lore
no
bard
idea.
that has the knowledge level of the average Rormic.
Hey, I mean,
Hey, my intelligence is exactly 10. All right.
I am completely competently average. I'll have you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're not sure either. As far as you know, it's possible, but you have no way to guess more for certain than that.
We can try it
I was gonna say, yeah, you can also just try it.
when we're not in a really cramped tunnel, though.
You're not.
Yes.
You have left when you hit the intersection. The mouth of that tunnel expanded, and this intersection that you just hit is back that
How much-
you could fit just fine.
How much time has passed since we ate them?
Maybe 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
It not all that long.
So yeah, I do want to keep track of time though. Once we're like 5
I'll let you
minutes
know.
out.
And it also, when you're in the last few minutes, there's like a weird tingling sensation that accompanies it. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know, the little feeling, a little butterfly tickling your balls and stuff. Yeah.
I think you might have testicles.
That movie is so great.
So good.
You get separated or get one in an emergency or something.
If you want.
I say we go left
I'm saying
again.
you could maybe give each of us one of the mushrooms that we need to get back, just in case something happens.
That'd be a good idea.
That's fair. Yeah.
I'll distribute.
Disperse them amongst
So it's
yourselves.
Like,
I'll keep the count.
Keep the
but
count, but
I'll
Yeah.
distribute them.
effectively each have.
Sure.
it.
Sure.
Sure.
Yup. Sure. Sure.
So many puns lost.
All right. So hang it a left, huh?
Yep.
Right.
Left.
Yep.
Okay.
No, left.
Ah.
I'll be here for the next couple sessions.
If you're
We'll see.
If I'm lucky. It was the.
But yeah.
the
So
whole
you
week.
guys.
Not really.
You guys turn to the left and begin walking, and if you, presumably, you're still using your orb of direction, sort of, as you are traveling these long distances.
Yes, sir.
So
compass.
you can tell that your direction sort of so when you were heading
Weast.
through the tunnel to the intersection, it was like vaguely east-ish. Because I mean, it obviously was turning a bunch.
Sure.
But then after going east for a while, you sort of do this like curve up and back
Weast.
over the next.
So
It's
after-
probably
so
about
Weast
800
markers
feet
itself.
before.
So when we came to the T, were we going south and turn left to go?
When you
west?
came to the T, it like so you like.
west. South.
Sorry, there was the first T. You went left, and then there was a right, and you went and hit another T. When you hit that T, the tunnel that you were in was like kind of going southeast, and then you turned left, which initially had you going northeast, but from northeast it curved. It went like,
Okay.
Still fine.
and after about 800 feet and enough of a curve that you at this point have gone from heading northeast to now heading
Northwest.
northwest, steadily getting more like
Westerly.
due west, you see another narrow tunnel splitting to the right.
Narrow.
What's that?
Can we look for pygmy wart along the way?
Yeah, roll a perception
Zatuo
check.
can.
And roll one for
Zatuo.
Zatuo.
7
5.
No,
I wanna do
Zatuo's passive perception
is 16.
is
I think.
decent. Yeah, he's got
My
the highest by
turn.
far.
Yeah.
18.
18. Okay.
Hey.
There you go.
Look at you finding all the pygmy wart.
Wow.
There we go.
Eyes good.
So you see very clearly
What?
that along this 800 feet there are no mushrooms or fungi of any kind.
Except for all of us.
I was about to
Hey.
say.
There's that.
I don't think we've
but
ever
yeah,
made
so
that fun before this
Not
game.
that particular
Right,
one.
yeah.
Not fun guy.
new brand of fungi puns.
There we go.
So
I'm
you can continue down the regular sized tunnel that you were on that is heading mostly due west at this point, but still
As
a
we
little bit
walk,
north.
can Jim Jar also teach me Undercommon?
I don't know if this is quite enough of downtime, but he can teach you a few phrases.
That's fine.
Initially, he's just teaching you how to swear in Undercommon.
That's fine.
'Cause
that's
yeah.
the most important thing.
Absolutely. It's like step one, and then like, can I use your bathroom as number
I
two?
have cutting words, okay? I need to
Usually
learn
number
these
two.
things.
Right. Fuck off in Undercommon. So
Fuck off. Where's your bathroom?
where's your fuck off bathroom? But yeah,
I
so
think you're using it right.
the narrow crevice tunnel that splits off. You're heading west. It splits off in the right hand direction, so it's mostly due north.
Okay.
But it's another narrow tunnel.
Okay.
It's not left, so.
Can
suppose.
Zatuo
roll,
look
turn
for
right.
tracks?
Sure, yeah, have them make a survival check for
What
that.
kind of tracks are them?
Any of them?
Sick. Loose beats.
A survival check?
Yep.
9 plus something.
I think it's like 7.
6, so 15.
Yo.
It's not bad.
So 15.
15.
He doesn't see any obvious signs of recent foot traffic through here. It's also just stone. Like you even your own tracks aren't. It would be
fair.
it'd be difficult to get any kind of trail even from like, and there's like 9 of you. 8 or 9, no, there's like 8 of you right now, and it still would be decently tough to track you through here.
You guys want to try to go down the small tunnel while we're still small without having to take more small stuff?
Was it the left or was that the right?
That's the right. Left?
You
Commit
raise-
left?
I mean, you raise a good point that we are already small. It might be good to go down the right tunnel.
Fine, we can go right.
Okay, going down the small tunnel.
Yep.
Sure.
Okay. So you guys hang a right turn.
We end up with back with freaking. We got the rooms with everything. So
You guys head north for about 150 feet.
that's near.
Mostly due north, but curving again. Before you come to like a V intersection, or I guess like a capital letter Y.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
enormous.
Yo. Jeez.
Every time we try to actually like mentally keep.
There's
track
just
where
too
we're
much
going,
of
we
it.
Kevin's just like, don't do it. And we're like, oh.
We're just like, I think if we turn here, we'll get back. We were pretty close though.
Full disclosure, you guys have had some hilariously close, like near misses to completing some loops, but you haven't done it, so it still makes no fucking sense what the layout is to you.
There was one time where this character was like leading us all over this place, and like Kevin at the end was like, yeah, he kept like going back and forth and stuff and like making these loops, and we were like, we had
You only
no
did
idea.
one loop, but like it's like you went like forward, and then there was like a turn and a turn, and it.
More turns.
But it was over a decent distance,
Yeah.
and there was a
It
bunch
was
of
just
other
like
stuff
there-
going on,
And
and
we've never trusted anybody again.
Except me.
Eventually, the point like, look, can
Let's
we
go
just
right.
somewhere we haven't been before. Like, of all the places we've been, can we go to a place that we haven't done before? We don't know what those places are.
Yeah.
Taking the right. Small tunnel. I'm leading the charge.
the right small tunnel this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yormik's leading.
I got it.
Gonna
If there's no objections to that,
He kind of just goes. We have to
Yeah.
just follow him.
Go.
you guys head more north, another 150 feet.
Looking for Primure as we go.
In the small tunnel.
Sure.
And before the entrance to
Yeah,
the small town.
I get it there.
And also after it.
and also now, whenever that is, it's another 150 feet or so before you come to another intersection. You can basically continue heading approximately north, or there's a short like due east, and then it turns back south in the narrow tunnel.
North.
Still north?
I say still north.
I wish I had like ever seen this egg.
Hard north.
Hard north.
Hard north.
All right.
Locate objects not
So,
very useful.
You guys
Even
travel
if you
for another 200 feet through this narrow passage, and then you hit another T intersection with a normal-sized tunnel.
Is there pygmy ward out there?
There is none that you find.
Left this time? What do you guys think? Left.
Right.
Or right.
Just picking random directions. Here we go. I don't know.
Alright, here, actually, before we take a direction, can I see if there's any footprints? Any sort of indication that life has passed through here?
Any bars that have been melted by acid recently.
Yeah, too.
Yeah, no, go ahead and roll.
What is that, investigation? Is that what it is?
Or nature for tracks? Is it
Survival, probably.
survival?
Survival? It doesn't matter.
25
14.
for Zatuo.
I'm important.
Give me 1 sec.
He has to check the book. We're getting close.
I'm important to hitting things. But
This is.
I mean, there's stuff in the book for like this whole cave
Yeah, no, that
system.
makes
So,
sense.
sorry, what did you roll?
14.
A 14 for
Looking for
any
any sort of foot traffic.
More importantly, Zatuo got a 25.
Like I said, I'm important to tracking, not to hitting things.
Zatuo actually does pick up I don't know, somewhere in the range of the last like few days to the last week maybe, foot traffic in this tunnel that you've now come across.
It's also put that foot traffic down. You know where it's been.
Great.
And
we killed everyone here 2 days ago. So it's perfect.
It's
Thank sons of a July.
it's
Erase all the
You're like, was he with you here?
the foot traffic here is in both directions, both across this tunnel, both ways, basically.
That's so cool.
What?
That was me being upset that it didn't help us decide direction. Left. I guess.
Hard left.
Yeah, sure.
Left hands sometimes rule. All rules need exceptions.
Except for when Yormik decides right.
It's because there was a crack that was small.
Look, we just gotta pick directions.
We
here.
were already
Yeah.
So
the small one.
Yeah.
the tunnel to your left here elevates a little bit. It goes up a little bit, and declines to the right of it.
The water.
Oh. So we probably want to decline.
Wait, were
wanna
we
go
here
down.
already?
We don't want to go out.
Not necessarily.
Decline.
Well, he said
I
it
think
went,
it is.
well, he said it went
you
up
go
and
down
then
to
down,
get into
right?
phase risk.
It goes up or down.
Yeah.
It goes like
or
up
down?
to the left.
We have nothing
and it
else
goes
to base
down to
this
the
off
right.
of.
Down.
No, let's go up.
Yeah, roll. Like you guys can all roll survival or intelligence checks to see if you think you've been at this particular like
4
cave
for
intersection
Yormik.
before, or passed here before.
19.
Nope.
Yeah, that's higher than me.
19.
This doesn't look familiar. I mean, you've been in a lot of different bits of cave in the last couple days, but there's nothing about this that stands out as familiar to you.
If I know anything about the gray ghosts, is that they always go down.
Oh my god!
Alright, so left it is then.
That's why Yormik wanted to join them.
What
We're gonna
precisely
argue with
was
that.
the nature of your relationship with them?
Maybe it's for the best.
They
that
left
you
me
and your
behind
father
quite a lot.
Wasn't the one thing a father figure to you?
Yeah, well,
or was
kind
it
of.
some other figure? to
Or
you?
can we talk about what constitutes a father figure to you?
I just kind of caught on to what I said there a second ago. And that, yeah.
You can go rewind French, it's cool. We'll wait.
Yeah.
Delete
Which
five.
direction are we going? Yeah.
So are you gonna follow the instincts of the gray ghosts and go down,
Go down.
or are you gonna turn left and go up?
We can go up and see what's out there, maybe.
I agree.
Let's go up
Let's
9.
go up.
It's not like super steep, but it's just
I mean, let's be
unnoticeable.
honest here. If Yormik has an instinct, we should do the opposite.
Hey, I got us this far.
Let's go left.
I don't know where this is, but we're here.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
Any big meal? Nice. And you're like, these guys are
You do not.
Why are they with them?
So you guys turn to the
I'll
left
go back to the pits, please.
and start marching down that tunnel. Or up that tunnel, yeah. So yeah, it's not a super steep elevation, but it's a pretty good amount because it's almost another 200 feet down this tunnel. Before the tunnel, you sort of see it open up into a different cavern. As you guys continue walking towards the cavern, you see like a strange, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a series of mesas, almost. There's like a ramp up onto the initial level, but this sort of like hill. Hi, yes, I know. I'm having a really hard time explaining this. Thanks, Vio. Thanks, Vio. You're the best.
Just comes with
right.
drawing a map up. And down.
But no, it's a little ramp up to like an elevated surface. But you see there are like a few layers to this sort of. The best way I can describe it is like a sort of stacked series of mesas. You can't tell yet if like the flat level part that you can see that you can walk up onto the first part. You're not sure if it like sort of spirals around and you can sort of like follow that like a path to higher levels of this area.
So are they like concentric?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. That's a that's a really
Does
good
this
description.
look man-made or natural?
This looks natural.
Is the phasers like swirling it all around it?
Like the one room we found.
Yeah.
It's not swirling like in that other room. It was definitely like obviously swirling.
I wonder if the phaser swirls around dragon eggs.
Well, it's actually just like thinking that we should, if we can't find anything here, we might go back to the room.
Yeah. But no. So yeah. After your steady climb upward, the tunnel opens up into a huge, well-lit chamber. Well-lit because there's phasers everywhere. The glow of phasers and bioluminescent fungi compete with shafts of white light that fall upon naturally formed shelves along the walls, as well as a rocky mesa at the center of the cavern. Some crudely formed ramps connect like the different levels of the mesa, almost like some sort of poorly constructed stairs.
Handicap accessibility. Yeah.
Atop the two most tiers of this mesa, it's tier. The topmost level actually sort of contains two separate, smaller mesa platforms, which you can see are linked by a reasonably sturdy like rope bridge. Atop one of those tiers sits a large red egg.
What?
Atop the other stands a 50-foot tall obelisk made of smooth black metal with a few very noticeable imperfections, as though small parts of it were somehow chipped away. A female Darrow sits with her back leaning against the obelisk.
Sorry, it requires 3 sacrifices to use him.
And as you enter the room, the Darrow sees you.
Freaking savant over here.
Yeah. But no, she's like sort of like sitting just like leaning up against the obelisk. But sees you all walk into this cavern area.
This chunk.
And she's just like, "You're not supposed to be here." And it's 10:33. We probably shouldn't start another combat.
We can
had to guess.
at least go through like any sort of conversation we want to have.
It sounds like
You're not supposed to be anywhere.
It sounds like that was the end of conversation in the beginning of combat, judging from Kevin's.
I'm a drunken bard, sir.
I'm a complete moron, sir.
Okay.
Or white egg, just like the red egg. Give it to the thieves.
What's your name?
I haven't thought about it.
So you say you're not supposed to be here,
Right.
and suddenly you guys see two just like beams of light from above
Oh.
strike him, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw
Oh, wow.
and a constitution saving throw.
Oh my gosh.
Wisdom.
3 for wisdom.
This is great.
13 for constitution, though.
Uh,
And I hope that's enough.
okay, so for the constitution save,
Therapy dollars. Hello.
Third character time.
so you're gonna take 8 necrotic damage,
Okay, that's fine.
and you
That part's fine.
and now. Okay, so you can't take reactions until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
On your turn, we'll get to that when we roll initiative the next time
Okay.
we play, because this is
Okay.
gonna be longer,
Mystery.
or at least like
Suggestion. Bring us that egg.
She didn't even tell me
It's
her
the
name.
How far away is
Oh,
she?
30 foot.
Yeah.
So she's not.
So, two strength-based characters.
She's not
Catapult
terribly far from
First
you, but she's like forward and up because she's on the
She's
upper
right,
level of
right,
the
right.
Mesa platform.
We have to climb? You said there's like ramps.
She's
right?
like, make it.
Yeah, there are ways to get. You don't have to like fly up there, and even the ledges, like you could theoretically like jump and try and climb up them. It just obviously takes more effort than the like crappy stairs that are carved in.
Jackson. Be next save.
A direct route from where you guys are.
Attack you? Suggestion again? Rolls.
As the bird flies, she's about 50 feet in front of you.
Can I look up?
Easy money for the
Problem.
Dude, but there's like Mesa platforms.
But I have this step.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, no, you're not wrong there.
Sweet.
But okay, yeah, we will start
Bloody-
next week with rolling initiative.
Can I look up?
So it's not a specific state.
Flame it.
It's a. I'll just tell you what the effect is, basically. But yeah, thanks for hanging out and watching this week. We'll be back in 2 weeks because next week we're getting hijacked for a practice one shot
Can we not?
because we're all participating in Extra Life in a few weeks.
Donate to people. Save
Yeah,
kids.
you should donate.
Yeah.
Help the children.
But actually,
With
it's a
their
good cause.
problems of alcoholism.
Those
Hopefully
darn
not, but-
17-year-old alcoholics.
Oh, and in 2 weeks it'll be a Halloween stream.
Ooh, that is true.
Hollow Stream.
On the actual
Spooky.
31st? Oh, that's true. It's
Yep.
17th today.
Oh shit.
turn
But
that boy.
yeah,
Spooky.
so come back on Halloween and see how this turns out.
If I'm not home.
See you next
Guys,
time.
I can hand out treats.
Spoiler, it's gonna be your